It's time to dust off your and get ready. It's MNC Morning. They're back and they're better than ever.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to MNC Mornings. It is good to be back here, folks. It's really good. What a hell of a morning. 4th of July week is just kind of bled right into this weekend, and God, we had a huge celebration this past weekend. We had a Mooch family event, and boy, that wine was pouring like a Game of Thrones episode. Okay, I mean, holy shit. But let's get into everybody else here, and then we'll get back to the Mooch celebrations here. Crap Gamer, how are you this morning, brother?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. It was funny because we actually recorded the top 10 very late. And so,
yeah, like 10 minutes
like, I had 2 bottles of wine.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, we were sending these gifts back and forth to each other all morning, and mine were just all of Cersei from Game of Thrones being like, more wine, more. Hey, listen, you know what? I'm drinking a ton of coffee this morning, which thank God for that herbal goodness there. But here's the whole thing. I think a little hair of the dog would have helped. Crap. I think a glass of wine would actually put me back in the spirits.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that'd be a pretty damn good idea at this point. But it was still fun because we got the show together, and literally 10 minutes before we were supposed to be on the air, Jay's like, got the top 10 done. So I mean,
you have no idea. A lot of people in the audience, we talk about it, Crap, but the show must go on, right? It doesn't matter. We've had Crap's been in had both legs in a cast show up one time and an arm broken, and we still did the show. No, but listen, let's turn it over to our buddy Jay Dubs. Jay, I don't know how much in the wine you are, but what I love about the Canadians is you guys don't say we had a lot of beers last night. You guys say we had a lot of beer last night. Just beer. There's no S in Canada apparently.
No, because all beer is all combined into one. You basically reach into the fridge, whatever you take out, you drink. You don't look. So
that's so great because he'll say it all the time. He'll be like, "Mooch, you know what I'm doing right now?" He's like, "I'm just getting done having my 8th beer. I've had 8 beer tonight." There's no S. I'm like, the Canadians get a lot of the Europeans get rid of the H's, but you guys get rid of the S's. That's an interesting.
It's like deer. You don't say, "Look at all the deers." You say, "Look at all the deer."
That's very true, but I don't know if
that is true, but not the beer thing. I had 12 beer.
I had 12 beer. He says it all the time.
I know. If I had 12 beer, I'm going to be like, dude, I'm going to look at you like you're a little slow.
Love it, though. I love it because when he says it, it's what distinguishes the fact that Jay is not from the States. You know what I mean? Because that's the minute he says that, I'm like, Jay is from somewhere else. I see.
I also like to make fun of. I like to make fun of people that get into conversations with me online about drinking beer, and as soon as you start having a conversation about how much you can drink, but then you tell me that you're American, you've lost the conversation already because I'm Canadian. Our beer's better regardless. Period.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I totally grew up drinking Canadian beer. Like, I drank a lot of Molson, drank a lot of Labatt Blue. So it was really big here in New York. So to be honest with you, it is really good beer, to be honest with you. I have to back you up on that, Jay.
And you know what? I don't only drink Canadian beer either. I drink some Canadian beer. I drink American beer. I drink German beer. I drink Japanese beer. I drink beer, period. I'm going to get a shirt that says, I drink beer.
I think we should do that. Maybe we can put an MNC logo somewhere underneath that. We sell just fine. No, that's great, guys. Well, listen, so the audience knows that apparently this podcast is brought to you by alcohol. But no, the point is that besides that, Crap, what do we got for news? I know there's a lot of stuff going on before we get to calls and voicemails. The community was in a bit of uproar from a few different folks in the media and analysts, etc. What do you got?
Well, you know what? We do have your good old buddy, the Titanfall 2.
Yes.
See in the vault, and so that is becoming a reality. Titanfall 2, actually, I think it's a good thing, and it's not really necessarily an indication of it doing bad because Battlefield 1 as well is going into the EA Access vault. So that is pretty damn good. Those are 2 fantastic games in the vault for an incredible deal, and it just actually, to me, it makes Sony look even worse because those are 2 fantastic games heading to the vault, and within under a year, I think that means it's fantastic. I think the whole thought behind putting Battlefield 1 in there is because people will buy the Battlefield 1 premium stuff.
Right.
That's like $50 or whatever. So, but you know what is cool is they also added into the vault the Star Wars Battlefront 1, all the map packs. So if you have EA Access and play Battlefront 1, you can play all the map packs now. I think that's pretty damn
That
cool.
is a huge thing, and I do want to say this much. So people were writing me when the whole thing went through with the vault, and they're like, "Well, Mooch, what's going on?" You had a prediction, so I predicted the crap that it would be spring. I said spring, and it looks like it just bled into early summer here. But the thing is this: crap makes a good point. At this point, forget the whole green discs matter thing. At this point, it's the fact that Titanfall 2 is in the vault for EA Access. That's a tremendous value. That is a tremendous value for all consumers that are able to use EA Access. I actually will be taking advantage of what you just said, the Star Wars, the DLC, because I never bought any of that stuff. And to be able to get those packs now where I didn't have that before, I may go back and play a little Battlefront.
Yeah, Battlefront's great. I know Noof Nukem and I have played some Battlefront before, and that is really a great game. Like, it plays great, especially if you have the map packs, which are much better than the original maps. So the problem that I had with the whole idea behind the original map packs were they wanted $50 up front, and you didn't know what maps you were getting. So it was like, okay, well, you're going to get this map and this map pack, but we're not going to tell you what's in there yet. So as somebody in the chat wants to know how much is EA Access, it's $30 for the year or $5 a month, depending on how you want to play for it. So I usually find the deals when they're $25 for the year and just pick that up. That's what I've been doing. So,
but 30 for the year, guys. Come on. I mean, even if you're a used game, right? You're like, no, Mooch, I go to GameStop, I buy used games. I mean, even a top tier game that's used is still like $25, $30. For $30 now, you're getting, geez, crap, how many games are in the vault now?
There's a lot of games, and I can tell you there's some really good ones. So there's going to be Titanfall 1 and 2, Star Wars Battlefront 1 with all the map packs. You get Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Dragon Age Inquisition, Need for Speed. There's a couple Need for Speeds in there. Both Plants vs. Zombies game. There's a few Madden games, FIFA games,
all
NBA
the sports
Live,
games.
NHL Live, all that stuff. So yeah, they got a lot of good stuff in there. I mean, it's well worth it just to play some of that stuff. I mean, even if you get it a year and then play it, and then I mean, boom, you spent $25 to play all that great game, and you get the achievements and all that kind of good stuff. And also, you're gonna get to play stuff like Battlefront 2 early, and whatever EA stuff has. You know what I mean? Anthem, I'm sure that's gonna be a game we're gonna get to play early. Really looking forward to doing that. It's making Sony look worse and worse, in my opinion. Like every time something good comes out of here, like you see people try to damage control that. But there is no damage control in that, man. EA Access, hell of a deal. Hell of a thing for gamers.
Well, crap, I mean, nobody would know. Nobody would know that it's an injustice that Sony's giving their consumers because the media won't report it. Couldn't you see it now if it was flip-flop? Just so everybody goes, oh, my God, here we go. We're going on the whole thing. Let me just explain to everybody. Imagine if EA Access was only on PS4 right now. Just take a deep breath. Have a sip of your coffee. Take that in for a minute, folks. Do you realize what would be going on right now? Year and a half late, headlines, just I see them. They're flying in front of me now. Year and a half later, Xbox still can't commit to better value for its consumers. EA Access, PS4.
Yeah.
And now, nobody's saying anything. No one's like, hey, where's Sony with EA Access? Shouldn't you be on your hands and knees begging EA to like now come on board? Why wouldn't you can see PS Now is not a success. It's not a success. And I mean, that kind of leads us into the whole PS4 games going to PC. But like, that's not a success at this point. So their whole thought in repaying for games. And it's funny, when you talk about the PS5 and the rumors, it's still not even confirmed that your PS4 games are going to be playable on your PS5 yet. And Sony hasn't said anything.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. But, I mean, it'd be pretty foolish not to have them as backwards compatible at this point because Microsoft has went out of their way to do backwards compatibility with the Xbox 360. And they've said all your games and the peripherals and things are going to carry forward. With Sony, I think it's a little bit different story because they could easily do emulation on. They could go, hey, PS1, PS2 games. You know, PS3 might be a little bit tricky, but I'm sure they could probably figure it out if they really wanted to.
Right.
But why would they want to, considering they kind of like bilk everybody out a bunch of money with PlayStation Now? And the thing is, they spent all that like $400 million for that, and then now it's like basically reduced down to you can only use it on PS4 or PC, and they're adding like the PS4 games now, which. It's kind of funny because people are freaking out a little bit about that. Eventually, what this means is all PS4 exclusives are timed now because they're going to be playable on PC through the streaming. And here's the thing. It makes the only games that people are going to want to stream on that service on PC would be the exclusives because they can get the multiplats on PC and own them for cheaper than it is to rent those things, you know?
Absolutely.
So the only ones that the people would probably be really interested in would be the ones that are the exclusive PS4 games. and you already have The Last of Us, God of War 3 Remastered, Knack, Resogun, Killzone Shadowfall, and they're going to add more of these every single month. So I think that's probably going to be something that's going to happen. But everybody all of a sudden gets quiet on that and wants to pretend like only Microsoft puts their stuff on PC. You have even Nintendo talking about PC, like, well, they realize that the PC is a market. But I think Nintendo is kind of in that situation where if they ever did put stuff on PC, it would probably be older stuff, or they wouldn't want to compete with themselves in that way. They're kind of smart that way, like their cell phone strategy. They put games on the cell phone, but nothing that's on 3DS or anything like that. It's like something specifically for cell phones, like that Mario running game or whatever the hell it is. That find Pokemon on people's houses and break in and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Don't take a sidebar here, Crap. Just let everyone know. Just let everyone shuffle in before we get into all the calls, etc. That we got a great group in the live chat. Shout out to Luca. We got Jez is here. Jez, thank you for making an appearance today. We do appreciate it, buddy. That's Microsoft royalty in the house, folks. Good to have everyone. We got Protus is here. A lot of the usuals. Noof Nukem doing a hell of a job in the chat too. Shout out to everybody who's here this morning. Thank you. And if you're in the UK or Europe, good afternoon.
Yes.
Yes, but it was funny. So I can't remember because Jez said it a ways up, but he's like, "How about that PlayStation 6 100 teraflops?" Listen, it's funny to hear the PlayStation rumors. It's funny because if someone will say a PlayStation 5 rumor, right? They'll say a PlayStation 5 rumor, and the media will run with it. Like Pactor came out and just said, I think he was just being kind of funny.
He was being facetious. He's like 240 frames per second.
And people are like, "Hold on, folks." Buckle in. Gaming's about to go to 240 frames. And everyone's he's like, wait, he was joking. He said that in reference to as a joke because everyone's making such a big deal with teraflops and GPU and CPU. But people are running with it. People are running with it. They're like, Pactor says this, it must be coming. It's ridiculous to me how when Sony can just have a rumor that's not even put out by Sony. It's true. It's fact that people run with it. Then Microsoft last year at the E3, not this past one, but the year before, came out and told us that it was going to be 6 teraflops all year long. Remember, everybody was like, "That's bullshit. It's not going to be 6 teraflops. They're just saying that. They're not going to be able to hit that." Yeah. And so it's just such a one-sided piece of beauty we have in the gaming media these days. But
I think it's complete bullshit is what it is. I mean,
it is.
It's whatever these guys want to say. Again, like that whole Michael Pachter thing. Here's the thing: the guy is a financial analyst,
right?
So when he talks about money and things that are factual, it's a little bit different story. Like he says, Microsoft makes too much money with the Xbox brand to kind of quit. Which is factual because you can look at Microsoft's own profits and things like that. Xbox brand is profitable. Xbox Live brings in over $3 billion a year by itself.
Right.
So obviously it's very profitable. And he made a good moochism where he goes, Burger King doesn't sell as many burgers as McDonald's, so let's just shut down, right? Like that's not the way you think about things.
Exactly.
So they're making a shit ton of money their own self. So why
I made that point last year when Phil said
Yeah.
that the Xbox brand is iconic and the games are iconic, and somebody in the chat was like iconic in number 2. And the point is, it doesn't just because they're number 2 doesn't mean they're not relevant.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he also made the Coke Pepsi reference. He's like, well, Pepsi doesn't sell as many as Coke. Time to close up shop. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that.
You have to start charging Pactor for those mooches.
Exactly. Look. Yeah. Last gen PS3 didn't sell as much as 360 or the Wii. Time to close up. I mean, does that work? No. You know what I mean? You keep going. They're making money, and I think that's the most important thing for them. And so that's the truth of it.
Sony fans have to realize, Crap, that it's a lot like the Joker and Batman in Dark Knight, in the Dark Knight movie, when he says, he goes, do you want to kill me? He said, kill you?
Yeah.
I don't want to kill you.
Yeah. I don't want to kill you.
He's like they need each other. So, Xbox fans and listen, I got news for you, and I want to talk about it a little bit today. I've been doing this a little bit more and more each summer, but it creeps on me. Like, I don't realize I'm doing it until the summer comes. I play Xbox games all year long. So when it comes to summer and both companies are kind of, there's no new releases coming out from Microsoft or Sony in the next, 6-7 weeks. I start playing a lot of the older games. If there's a game I happen to miss on Xbox, but typically there's a lot of games I pass over on the PS3, and I go back and I get a chance to play a little bit on a PS4, pardon me. I play some older games and some remasters and just get the chance to actually enjoy some of the PS4 games. Long story longer is I'm playing some of those games now. You just don't see anybody on the PS side. Nobody on the PlayStation side is like, I can't wait to go pick up an Xbox One S and get, maybe pick up some games I've never played before on the Xbox. You just don't see that on the other side.
Yeah.
I think that's why you see 36 million, 37 million Xbox One sold, and you see 60, because all the Xbox owners own PlayStation, but the PlayStation owners won't actually come and buy an Xbox to try any of their games out. It's really just it's the lopsided teeter-totter. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is, and it's kind of funny. But again, like I wanted to point out because some people were like, "Crap, how can you say that Pachter's right when he says that the Xbox brand makes too much money, but then he's wrong when it comes to PlayStation or something else?"
Yeah.
He's a financial analyst, and you can look at the documents and numbers on Microsoft's side because they release those in terms of money and they make profit off of that. So when it comes to anything else, he's just guessing and giving an opinion, which is fine. And I disagreed with his opinion that I think PS4 is probably 2020. And
PS5, yeah.
Yeah, PS5, excuse me. And I do agree with them in one aspect that it'll probably be another half step because they already half stepped it. And there's not much more you can do right now, even per Digital Foundry, which is if you look at the tech right now, it's starting to slow down a bit. And so you're not going to get that big jump or anything like that. So I do think that he's right on some of the stuff, and his opinion's okay on some stuff. But some stuff he says absolutely retarded things like, you know, somebody pointed out in the chat, he said Vita would kill the 3DS. Or he said The Walking Dead wouldn't win Game of the Year or he'd eat his hat. Or, you know what I mean? Like, he says a lot of stupid stuff as well. So definitely kind of interested with that kind of stuff as well. But we should dive into a voicemail because we got a lot of them. Who do we got, Jay?
We've got Zocker87.
Nice.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is Zocker87 calling again. Had a good time doing it last time, so I decided to do it again. I wanted to thank both of you for actually giving us fans a voice in the community and a voice for, you know, Microsoft and Sony to actually pay attention to, because I feel like they do pay attention to content creators, especially Microsoft. So I just wanted to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to, you know, put our 2 cents into it and get your feedback on it. Anyways, back to my question now. I have a question about sequels. I mean, I feel that sequels are everywhere. You look at sequels in the movie industry, people start ragging on it about like how there's nothing innovative or new coming to movies. And you're starting to see that with video games, especially the games that we play now. I mean, there's like 7 Uncharted, you know, like 6 or 8, you know, God of Wars, and just a bunch of games, especially, you know, in Gears of War. But the media tends to, and the fanboys honestly tend to just concentrate on how there's only one Gears and Halo and, you know, Forza, and that's all, and it's just those bunch of sequels. But nobody ever calls out Sony having, you know, multiple sequels to games that they really hang their hat on. I mean, Uncharted and, you know, God of War and things like that really hang their hat. And at one point, Gran Turismo, you know, I think they are like 8 games deep. So I was wondering why you think people are tired of sequels. Do they just want new IPs, or are they just hating? And I'm wondering why the media only focuses on one particular company, Microsoft, and how they have sequels. Thanks for the call, guys. Hope you have a good day, and keep up the good show, and talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Later.
It's a good question, Crap.
Yeah, you know what? And I've done videos about this as well. It's so funny because there's like 14 Ratchet and Clank games, literally. And he's going easy on the Gran Turismo games. There's more than 8 as well.
Yeah.
And then there are God of War games, and then they re-releases and the remasters and all that stuff. So there's a lot more of these types of exclusives that Sony does. They do the same thing as Microsoft, but because they're Sony, they get away with it, which to a lot of people is actually, you know, it's unfair, it's unfortunate. They actually do a lot more of the same games. Look at this. How many Uncharted games? That series came out in 2007. So a year after Gears of War. But we've already had Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, Uncharted 4, and a standalone Uncharted game, and a Vita Uncharted game, and a remastered. That's 7 Uncharted
and a DLC
games
coming out in 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the standalone
Oh,
DLC.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, the standalone. Yes. So 7 Uncharted games since 2007. Yeah. That is a lot. And then when you look at the Gear stuff, there's less Gear stuff, and it came out a year earlier. So I think, you know, it's one of those situations where Microsoft just gets shit because they're Microsoft.
Right.
It's unfortunate. But as long as the people realize what's going on and kind of point this out, then I think that's good. That's good for everybody. Everybody should know this stuff.
Crap. The
Everybody
thing
needs
is,
to
though,
know this stuff.
Zucker asked the question in his question that I thought was even more important than that, and that was: are people more tired of the sequels, or are they craving more of new IP? And listen, here's the thing. I mean, look at trends. Forget opinions for a minute. Trends say that people in gaming, it's not the same as movies. Okay, like Jurassic Park 2 didn't do as good as Jurassic Park. Okay, there's a couple movies where they did, like Terminator 2 did better than Terminator. But at the same time, typically sequels in the movie industry are a decline or are on the way down. And in gaming, I don't think that's the way it is. Look at people right now. They're like, I want more Marcus and Gears. What are you doing to my Kratos? You know what I mean? Like, there's all these people up in an uproar. And I think that sequels are okay. I actually do. I really, really do. I think that when you take the core set of games, Halo, Gears, Uncharted, like you're going to notice. Watch this, folks. I'm going to make a prediction, okay? I'm going to make a prediction. Uncharted has the standalone DLC coming out in August, okay, where it takes the female protagonist and goes that way with it. You're going to see that it does okay. It's going to do very, very, very okay. I'm not saying very well, but very okay. It's going to do very good. But you're going to see people going, shit, I miss Nathan Drake. And what'll happen is Sony will make a decision. Naughty Dog may not be involved. Maybe they will. I don't know what that's another discussion. But Nathan Drake will come back in an Uncharted 5. Okay, somehow, some way. And you're probably going, Moosh, come on, he's old, this and that. We still have Indiana Jones being played by our buddy there, Harrison Ford, and he's 102. So, and that's in movies. Okay, so there's no way that they can't make a caricature of Nathan Drake with a gray beard come back and swing on a rope and move a crate for 6 or 7 boards. It can happen, right?
Well, look, it's the only game that gets them any kind of traction up like above the 5 million mark in terms of sales anymore.
That's right.
I mean, even though people wanted to say that Horizon Zero Dawn was a big success, let's look at it. 3 million for that. No. That's not a huge success when you look at the budget and things like that.
The kind of money they put in, crap. I think they needed to reach over 5 million for investors to start calling it a success.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting because there is only that game in terms of Sony that makes any kind of real money, whatever that is they sold. I know they bundled it in with every fucking game console they had last year, and people were surprised. They're like, Sony announced it hit, like 8 million or whatever, and people were like, oh my God, it's the best. It's better than Halo. It's bigger than Halo. And you're like, well, you realize they counted every single bundled version ever, right?
Right.
I mean, come on. That game didn't sell 8 million on its own. They had it bundled with all the PS4s that sold that holiday all around the world, of course.
Right.
So, just very kind of interesting to me, like the double standards and things like that.
But I mean, the thing, getting back again to the question, the other part of his question was the whole like new IP. New IP this generation just hasn't done that well. I don't care which console you're talking about.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Does that mean that we shouldn't have any? No, I'm not saying that. But I mean, you're going to see less and less new IP, I think, as the years go on. I mean, look at...
I was just laughing because I noticed Jay's shirt on his logo.
Yeah, I know.
I was supposed to do something with that, but
some people don't get... Yeah, some people don't get it. But I mean, it's...
What's that?
That's Jay.
That?
That's Jay.
Jay!
That's me plugging in my phone. Sorry.
I see.
Okay. You keep plugging it in like 10 times?
There you go, audience.
Jay!
So good. Oh my God. But yeah, no. So it is what it is. Crap. It is a double standard. But at the same time, I do think that we shouldn't neglect new IP. But even like I said, Sony's like Days Gone. So what Sony's doing is they're stretching out these IP that we see at E3. We're seeing them at PSX. And they keep people just, they give little tidbits, and then finally people go and grab it. But again, they need to break that 3 million. They got to get over 5 million copies sold for this to get a return on their investment.
Yeah.
And but people don't realize that. They see 3 million, like, wow, that's a lot. It's you got to be well over 5 until companies start bragging and tooting their horn when you have a budget that large.
Yep, I agree 100%. Definitely 100%. Like, and it's interesting because I remember somebody told me that. I don't remember who it was, so don't try to think about it too hard. But someone that games with Phil a little bit and said that Phil told them that even a game like Horizon Zero Dawn is not going to make any money for Sony, and a game like Zelda isn't going to make money for Nintendo. He just said those games aren't going to make money. So that's something that interesting to kind of take into consideration when thinking about like these types of games and how much it actually takes to make money on the return on these. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you have to remember that the games that continue to sell or whatever, they're discounted after that point. The games, once after the first, say, 4 or 5 months, anything after that, I don't think it really is that big of a deal to them. Because if you look at this, right, Alan Wake, right, over 5 million units sold now, but that was after that thing was discounted to like $2. You know what I mean? Like when that thing was new, nobody bought it. I mean, I bought it, but nobody really bought it. It went out up against Red Dead Redemption. So if you're not buying these games right at the launch, that's usually within the first 5-6 months is when they're going to sell the most and make money for the studios. That's why you see so many studios close down within a few months after the release of a game, because if you don't sell a certain amount, boom, you don't recoup your money, and that's what happens.
I agree wholeheartedly. And
Somebody goes, hey, why does it matter to you if they made money or not? You aren't shareholders. No, we're not shareholders, but it's what's good for the industry is if these games are making money. Right? If you're not making money, you're not going to be able to continue to put out those games, are you?
Well, that's the thing, and we don't make a nickel off of any of this stuff. But the point of the matter is, what Crap just said holds a lot of weight. You know, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of people are like, oh my God, look at this, Horizon made 3 million sold. Again, you have to look at it from an investor standpoint. If you're not just Joe Blow consumer right now, you know, because it's funny, you know, everybody always flips the coin both ways. If you have a conversation like this, they're like, well, I'm not an executive. I'm a consumer. Okay? I'm a consumer. I clip coupons, Mooch. And it's like, all right, that's fine. I get it. I understand. That's fine and dandy. But then all of a sudden, that same person that's yelling at you 2 days later is like, holy shit, look at how many of these things Sony sold. I'm like, but why do you care? You just told me you're a coupon clipper. Like, I mean, you're one or the other, right? You're either a consumer or you care about the executive side of it and look at the, you know, the Wall Street Journal edition, you know, and that's what we're talking about. We kind of talk about everything when we're in these gaming podcasts. We talk about, like, you know, the fun and the gritty side of being a gamer. And then there's also the fun and the gritty side of being the investor, the dollars and cents that makes this world, this industry click, which, by the way, in case anyone hasn't taken notice, the gaming industry is the most unrealistic, like, business in business I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've never seen two companies competing where one company doesn't compete against the other one. You know what I mean? I've never seen anything like this in my life. So it's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? Like, Sony's like, this is how you share a game. We're not doing EA Access. It's PS Now. Buy the games twice. Buy them 3 times. And you can't even download them. You're going to stream them. They're going to look like they're 480p. Don't you worry about it. This is good for you. You can't change your name. And everyone's like, I want Sony. And then Microsoft's like, hey, listen, we got everything that they just said they don't have, but we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to even let you know we have it. And hey, rah, Sony. And I'm like, what is – I have never seen anything like this. I don't care if we're talking about Gatorade, burgers, houses, airplane, aircrafts. I don't care what you're talking about. Nothing in the world is in business like the gaming media, and yet it seems to sustain itself. You know why, though, Crap? You know why it sustains itself? Because of gamers, because of us.
I agree.
All
100%.
of us in the chat, all of us listening, all of us gamers.
Hey guys, if anybody wants to call in Skype, MC Space Mornings on Skype, the phone lines are open, the Skype lines are open. Also, we've got some prizes that we're going to be giving out. We're doing the big wheel spin for the raffle. We got that going on today. We've got, I think, some games donated as well. So if you see the pony coming across the screen, calling on Skype, MC Space Mornings, and you'll win. There's a lot of cool stuff that we're giving away, so make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. But like I said, we want some Skype calls, so get your asses on the phones on Skype or whatever. MC Space Mornings.
Great promo there. But, you know, Swift Arsonist, who's in the chat, and he's, you know, listen, I think Swift is more of a Sony fan, but I respect him. He definitely has had some good points. He says here, all of this is Microsoft's fault for not taking advertisements seriously. They should have hired an aggressive marketing firm to work on Microsoft's image. I do agree with him. I think he's onto something there. I've said this a number of times. Swift, I'm going to add something to your point. Why doesn't Microsoft at E3 have Phil come out? He's the head, right? You have to come out, say something, give the intro, just like any president would. You come out, you give your intro, and then have somebody come out there that's just this amazing marketing, this guy that sells, and get somebody out there, put on the greatest fireworks show we've ever seen. They do a really good job with Turn 10 coming out there. The new car's always on stage. People make fun of Microsoft for that, but guess what? If they stop doing that, you'll miss it. That's the glitz and glamour you've come to expect with the Microsoft show. But you can't keep on bringing on like Chris Charla. Chris Charla looks like he's coming out there with like, he's got like onion dip. and a bag of
Hey,
Ruffles.
you know what though? It's still not as bad in my opinion, Chris Charla coming out than say a Mark Cerny.
Oh yeah, no.
you know
Well,
what I mean?
Mark,
Like-
no. Well, Mark Cerny's Mark Cerny's he's a coma like with feet. He just comes out and like puts the audience to sleep. But I mean, I don't mean to pick on Chris Charla, but Chris is like a hardworking executive guy, right? He's not a salesman. So he comes out there and he's like, "Look at what we're doing," and then it's like he comes out and then it's like, "Okay, thanks for watching." And he walks off stage. He's like, "Okay, what? Why can't I have somebody come out here with some firecrackers? Like, get me motivated. You know what I mean? Get me pumped."
They need a good speaker or whatever. I think Phil does an okay job at speaking, but he's always so worried. You know what I mean? Like he's so technical about what he says, and so I don't know, that kind of is a bit underwhelming in my opinion. Hey, we have a caller.
Very cool. Very cool.
MNC Mornings. What's up? How you doing?
I want to know why these PlayStation guys and all these guys keep giving you guys crap on here. I just became a Patreon last week. You know, I like the show. You guys are great. And I want to understand why Xbox keeps getting rid of all the features on the TV side. Well, that's kind of one of the reasons I got it. Now I can't use it that way. So, but I'm still Xbox no matter what they do. But now it's making me really want to trade my ass in.
Well, I don't know if he's done there, Jay. The connection wasn't great, but listen, he makes a good. Well, the first part
Sounded like he was calling in on PSN.
Yeah, that sounded like a
Bump.
PSN. You know what I mean? I agree.
They had to get rid of the TV stuff because nobody wanted TV. Just in.
Yeah,
Buy
well-
PlayStation View on PlayStation 4.
PlayStation View, TV, TV.
Yes. Hey, go watch Sony Pictures.
Look,
Yes.
to answer the caller's question, though, first of all, thank you for your Patreon. We do appreciate that.
Yes, very much.
Can't thank you enough for that. Like I said, $1 and a dream, folks. But, you know, the Snap, the TV features, I've written to Mike. Mike's written back. He's saying if you want things like picture-in-picture and things like that to come back, you've got to go to the Xbox site and click that you desire it. I don't know what the tally is now, but they won't even really look at things unless there's 5, 6, 7, 8,000 requests for a certain feature, you know. But I think the picture-in-picture is better. The Snap was really great, and I was all in. I was all in. I was in the boat rowing, okay? I was all in on that. But as time continued, I found that I didn't want to lose a quarter of my screen to a small TV in the corner, and then my game is compressed. And I don't think enough people were using it because of that. Now, all of a sudden, you make a picture-in-picture. We're all streaming games right now, right? And in the bottom right of your TV is your chat for Mixer or Twitch or whatever, right? So if you're okay with that, why couldn't we have a picture-in-picture down there of the of our live television feed? That would be much cooler because then it's not compressing the game. So that's a me thing. I hope that answers your question. I do think that it's still alive, but you've got to promote it and get people to vote for it on the Microsoft Request website.
I think honestly that stuff was a big resource hog, and so what they're trying to do is make it less so. And I mean, I don't blame them for that. I think that's you know, they got to do what they got to do to get the UI running smoother or whatever. I mean, they're Microsoft after all, so.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying Swift's comments in the chat here. He says, if the Xbox One X is very capable, but Microsoft lets the media continue to downplay their efforts on that machine, what's the point? That's a good point, too. And I mean, Jez was making some points here about what's going on with even the Surface. He says you don't see a lot of deals that were cut and a lot of marketing deals that were huge after Bomber. And Jez, I hope I read your comment correctly. But, you know, same thing goes with Swift. If you're going to let the media bash the X and not come out and counter. The problem is, though, Swift, and this is what I've been saying week in and week out, and I think that's what the caller just said. We're the only ones giving Xbox news. Like I said, let's pretend right now, everybody, if you're a Sony PS4 fan, you're a huge fan of PlayStation, you can't stand Xbox. What channel, what gaming media site do you tune into that aggravates you besides Thanks, Mooch, and Crap? Okay? Besides us, because we're not there. We're little folks. Of the big companies, what show pisses you off that just has Xbox news and it's Xbox centric and it just none there's nothing out there. So what I'm saying is there's no counter to all of these the bashings that Xbox is getting from the gaming media. There's nothing out there on Microsoft's side, and I don't understand why there isn't. There's always a news feed for the other side, isn't there, Crap? Whether it's politics or sports or anything, there's always another feed. There's no feed here. There's only us YouTubers. So
we're the main ones kind of keeping that torch light going. You know, it is we're the apparently the refugee camp full of 40 million of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Xbox refugee.
That's
That's great.
that's a big refugee camp, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit. We get we got the best hardware out there, man. That Xbox One X. But yeah, I mean us poor refugees. Anyway, J Dubs, go ahead and play another voicemail. Would love to hear who we got on deck.
Sure. We've got a new caller. His name is Vash D Stampede 41.
Nice. That's a long name. Amazing results.
Hey, what's going on, Mooch and Crap? Just calling in, leaving some voicemail or whatever. Yeah, so Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yep.
Apparently the roster leaked, and apparently there's no X-Men. I don't know what to say. I don't know. No X-Men, no money. How they saying The Departed? No Tiki, no laundry. What do you guys think? Thanks. Later.
What about no X-Men? I actually have a pen and making notes here what everyone's questions are, and I didn't even I put 110%.
No Tiki.
No Tiki, no Washi is what it actually is. It's I don't know what he said.
Yeah,
I don't know. Was he talking about a game that didn't have X-Men in it?
You're talking about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Okay.
There's no X-Men going to be in the game, and he doesn't think it's a good deal, and he's not going to buy it.
Okay, thank God we had Jay.
Yes, I'm actually no joke. I was 110% paying attention to that, and all I heard were three one-line slogans from the 20s.
No Tiki,
no Tiki, no Washi.
Here's how it's going to work in the future, guys. I'm just going to ask all the questions.
Yes.
I'm just going to, I'm going to listen to whatever they say, write them down, and then I'm just going to read them to you clearly so you guys understand exactly what's being asked. And then if you have to say, Jay, what was that again? I can just refer to my notes.
Well, Jez answered the question. I'm gonna steal it from Jez. He said some Marvel games don't get certain characters on certain platforms because of licensing. So I mean, that's probably your main culprit right there. That's the licensing issue.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Fox owns X-Men and owns Daredevil, where Disney owns like a lot of the Marvel. Fox also owns the Fantastic Four. Then you also have Sony, who owns Spider-Man and Venom, and then you have the majority of the Marvel stuff is owned by Disney.
Is that a game you're into, Crap? I mean, those games don't interest me in the slightest.
Really. I mean, honestly, no.
Yeah. I mean, Jez even writes here. He says Marvel's a clusterfuck of licensing hell.
Yeah.
We hear that time and time again, right? I mean, it took so many years until the movies. That's why you have all these, like Suicide Squad and all this stuff. I think finally, like some deals were made, and they were able to get some of this licensing hashed out.
I just typed in there, no Tiki, no Washi. I don't even know.
No Tiki, no Tiki, no Washi is just like I'll put it in layman's terms. You remember Indiana Jones when Harrison Ford was walking on the train, and he said to the one guy who's like a bad guy, he's like, "Do you have a ticket?" And he's like, "No ticket," and he threw the guy off the train. No Tiki, no Washi means no ticket.
Got it. No ticket. You can't watch it. Gotcha.
Right.
MNC Mornings. What's up?
Sorry, everybody, for that 1920s lesson.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Dirk Griggity here.
Diggity.
Hey,
Diggity.
2018. It's around the corner. But I got a couple questions about the year 2018. First off, I'm hearing Sony guys already saying Xbox is dead next year because all of the exclusives that Sony have.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they got some pretty good games coming out next year. We all can admit that. But God of War is coming out in the first quarter, supposedly, right? Xbox has Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2. What do you guys see as far as, I'm assuming God of War is going to be a good game and it's going to be finished, 12-hour game, and nobody's going to think about it again. Sea of Thieves and State of Decay seem like it's going to have some longevity to it. And that's pretty much been the case all generation with Sony first-party games, right? Yeah, so anyway, but the second question I have is Forza Horizon 4. Do you guys think they should maybe not release it next year because 3 is still selling so well? I mean, because if they release it next year, maybe people like, I guess I'll buy it, but 3 is still so good. I don't know. Just something I was thinking about. But anyway, guys, peace out.
No, that was awesome. Diggity, always good to hear you.
Yeah, you know what? I think that they will release Forza Horizon 4 just because you strike while the iron's hot. People now know about Forza Horizon. Like before, it was like we knew that, like as Xbox fans, we kind of knew that was a great series. Yes. But now everybody knows, and then I'm sure they're going to outdo themselves even more. And it's all about the area that you're racing.
Yeah.
So you can, you add more cars and some new features. Maybe they're going to do dynamic weather on the next one, obviously.
How about 60 frames?
Maybe, I mean, I could see that being a possibility on the One X.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it's a first-party game, crap, right? So they can go out there, they can make it, and we already know when you put the disc in or you purchase it and it activates, the game knows if it's on the X hardware or if it's on the other. So listen, this is one of those things where like people have got to stop complaining. I have an Xbox One S, so you can't give the X more. No, we can give the X more. That's how it works. You could pull up to a red light and both of you, two people are driving a Mercedes C300. Okay, you can pull up and they can both be driving that vehicle, but one car could still cost about $12,500 more because of the luxury and navigation package. The one car and the other one has cloth seats. Okay.
Yeah.
So my point being is like, yes, you could still have the Xbox game, but some of the better amenities will be in the X. That's just, you got to pay $100 more, folks. Sorry about that. You got to go out there. You got to spend some money if you want to have all that. That's why I don't understand. And I think you're going to see that happen more and more, crap, as we progress through the X's lifespan, is you're going to see more of the X kind of, flexing its muscles, and it's going to be like, kind of provoking people to kind of get in line with the X or stop complaining.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
We still have another question for Diggity. We'll come back to it, though.
Yeah. MNC Mornings, what's up?
Well, hey, fiddly diddly boots and crap, it's your old buddy Cletus here. I figured it was time for me to call in. I know it's been a while. I'm lucky I can even sit down today because I was out suntanning my earth, and I swear to God, man, it's hurting right now. It smells like somebody took a crap on my bacon plate. But anyway, I wanted to get your guys' opinion on the E3, the games of the show. Like, they had a lot of them, but it looks like despite everything that Microsoft and Sony showed up with, that Nintendo kind of stole the show. Super Mario Odyssey, yes, that game looks pretty fucking odd. It's appropriately named. Anyway, that got all sorts of rewards. So I just wanted to know what your guys' thoughts were on the big list of games. You got all the awards, and if you think Mario Odyssey is worth all the accolades. And I want to remind everybody the last time that a product was really popular with Possession, well, that was back in like the 70s when Linda Blair was in The Exorcist and her head was spinning around and she was puking green shit. But anyway, that's my call, guys. Have a great show.
No chills till. Nice. Awesome to have Cletus here.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? I think that like Forza, that was a game that won some awards.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Like, I don't know, the award stuff just seems for the most part just is like a popularity contest. Like, people are like, here's Mario Odyssey. Like, I think Mario Odyssey looks good, but I wouldn't have given it any awards.
Right. Right. I mean the Mario game is going to be fun. It's going to be what you've always come to expect. It looks like it's a little bit of the latest Mario games splashed with and for some reason I'm drawing a blank on it. Crap, what was the 3D where you walked around like the planet and you were playing Mario?
Galaxy?
Galaxy, thank you.
Yeah, it also looks a little bit like Sonic Adventure as well, like mixed in there, like the original one. Because
Yeah.
you're walking around the towns and things like that.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. Oh, Snoopy says, Halo 5 4K 60. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's look, I was talking about this during the week. When people are like, oh, it's old games are getting updated, and the problem is that a lot of the Sony fans, because they're not used to this, don't realize that people don't just stop playing the Xbox exclusives like that. Gears,
That's true.
everybody's still in that game. Halo 5, everybody's still in that game. In
Halo
fact,
5
even more
is-
people like Next Gen has just now found out how great that multiplayer is because he just
Dude,
dipped
it's
his
so
toe into
good.
that. So
it's
yeah,
so good. I went back and played with Z just the other day, and I saw he was streaming, so I jumped right in. And dude, literally 2 games in, and I got my rhythm back. I was like, I felt like a complete fish out of water because I haven't played Halo multiplayer. And
Yeah.
listen, I made a decision. Crap, you only have so much time in the day, right? We talk about this all the time. Well, with so much time in the day, I decided this generation I'm going to use the word here, and I'll use it loosely. Gearhead. I was going to be more of a Gears guy this generation. Where last generation I was more Halo, and I'm enjoying every second with Gears, to be honest with you. But but that still coincides with your story and what you're saying. Is that these games don't die on Microsoft. Halo 5 is you get into a lobby, bang, instantly you're in a game with a ton of people. There's tons of people playing that. Gears is the same thing. You just press what you want to play. King of the Hill, dodgeball, team deathmatch. I don't care. Core, any kind of core competency you're playing against each other, or you can do horde. There's your lobby fills up instantly. There's so many people playing these games, and that's what the caller was actually saying. I can't remember if it was Diggity or the caller before him. Somebody was saying along the lines of, I think it was Diggity. He said when God of War 4 comes out, which will be good, 10, 12 hours after you play it, it's over. Yeah. And I'm currently playing God of War 3 Remaster right now. And I'm telling you something. First of all, maybe it's because I'm playing it on the Pro. Maybe it's because I'm playing it on a 4K TV. Sorry for all you people in California that are anti-4K.
Don't have 4K
but
TVs,
yeah, 4K, by the way, is beautiful. It's a fantastic thing. If you don't have a 4K television, I highly recommend you save or work your way towards getting one by the end of the year, regardless of your console preference. But I'm playing God of War 3, and I'm having a blast, crap. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a fun game. But once I'm done with it, I mean, it's over, right? I mean, I'm not going to play a multiplayer in God of War. So, I mean, these games on Xbox keep having this lifespan. It's amazing to me how these rooms never stop filling up. And that's a tribute to what Microsoft is. Remember that, guys, when you're reading people on Twitter and they're like, I like Sony, I prefer single player. You have to look at who's talking and who isn't. If you're a multiplayer gamer, Xbox is the machine for you. If you're a single player only guy, you really like to just play games on your own, PlayStation does have a little bit more in that category, that genre. Microsoft is just totally focused on multiplayer and social gaming.
Yeah, 100%. MNC Mornings, what's up?
All right. Good morning, gentlemen. This is Sir X-Man calling you guys. I was wondering if I sent you a video of GameStop when they were talking about Xbox and Halo getting backwards compatible, and the guy said Xbone. So I was wondering what's your opinion on that video. And the other thing is, I did have a question I wanted to ask you guys. As older gamers, don't you get tired of these young people talking about, you guys are old, what you doing still playing video games? My response to them is, why, if it wasn't for us, you guys wouldn't be playing to this day. So you need to respect us as older gamers. That's pretty much all I have to say. I wanted to know your response on both those topics because, Mooch, you are an older gamer. I'm a little bit older, but you're an older gamer too. So love you guys. You guys keep up the good work. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
So Mooch, definitely Mooch Maniac.
As an older gamer, Mooch, what do you...
Yeah. Well, I
don't really consider you guys older gamers, though. You know what I mean? It's like,
hey, Mooch, do you take your teeth out before you...
That's so great. I like to think of myself as forever young, but I do appreciate that. Look, here's the deal. I think that caller made a hell of a lot of sense. As far as the younger and older thing, I think that the communities have really blended together quite nicely. There's a lot of people that we play with that. I do think Microsoft's clientele is older. I really do. What I mean by older is 25 plus. You know what I mean? I think the Sony crowd's younger. That's just the way that I'm seeing the way people tweet out, the way things, are just kind of interpreted on the internet. And I do think, I said this a long time ago before the Xbox One came out to a lot of people I knew, and I've said it on earlier podcasts I did, that I think the Microsoft crowd is a little bit more financially better off, and that's because they're older. They're working more. They're more hardworking folks that are older. And the Sony kids, they're kids. I think a lot of Sony games. You look at Crash Bandicoot, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing. I think they cater to the kids. So the kids are reliant upon their parents, and I think the Microsoft folks are actually people that are out there working very hard. And you see it in the money that are spent, right? A lot of people we know in the Xbox world have 2-3 Xboxes. That's not happening when you're a kid that's in college or younger. Yeah. So, so I think that's one part of it. And what was the first part of his question, Crab?
He was asking about that Xbone video where the guy from
I didn't catch that. I don't think I caught that.
Yeah, hey, look, we got the Xbox Chronicles is 53, Flip is 39. Well, we got a lot of well, I mean, you know what, Lethal Papa 50. Listen, anybody that tries to put that stigma on somebody that you got to be a certain age to play a game is stupid. To
that's
me,
ridiculous.
Gaming is a very social experience. There's no difference between that and maybe people going and having a pool league or a bowling league or softball league. You know what I mean? To me, it's the same stuff.
That's a great analogy, Crap.
Yeah,
way to knock a home run right there. What does that mean all of a sudden? I know a lot of people that are in their upper 40s, early 50s, and they're in softball leagues, dart leagues. Same thing. They're playing all these sports. Some of them are playing football. And I mean, it's there's no age limit, people. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess if you were 89, maybe gaming is, maybe you've jumped the shark, but why can't you enjoy gaming into your 70s? I don't even understand. I don't think that's a problem at all. Like, there's a game for each genre,
like,
right?
My mother loves Zelda games, to be honest with you. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's
there's
just
nothing. And you know what's great? Zelda is a game that, like, say a parent of ours that's older, like, that's at their own pace. They can enjoy that game. Crap.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. 100%.
Jess said I'll be gaming when I'm 89. So will I, buddy. I hear you.
Hey, you know what? I know we got a call, but Vin Diesel is in his 40s and he games all the time. So.
Same thing with Ice. Was it Ice-T?
Ice-T, in his late
and those guys are badass. I think he's in his early 50s actually,
yeah.
and he's gaming.
Yeah, exactly. M&C Mornings, what's up?
All right, thank you. Hello, Mooch and Crap. It's Mr. Zombie Killer. Stopping in to say hi. I haven't done this in a while on a live call, but I'm back, and I want to say that Michael Packner's a stupid idiot. So he doesn't know nothing, and my question is today, what is going to be the new narrative after the X comes out? Is it going to be, what's Xbox bring the games? They have the 4K. They have everything, just like Sony. Is it going to be TV? Where's your Microsoft? Where's your Xbox TV? Even though they just hated on our TV, but we just had like the little features and everything. But I guess we'll find out when we get all our exclusives soon. All right. Oh yeah, and I also enjoyed your Friday game. Last week, I was hoping to go get crap in the woods, but yeah, it was cool. All right, have a good show. It's been pretty good, and have a good weekend. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. He must be talking about the Friday the 13th game last 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
Because if anybody knows, we missed Crossfire and we didn't stream on Friday because you had other stuff going on. But yeah, we'll be back to streaming and Crossfire this week as well.
Yes, everything will be back to normal this week, folks. It was just, I'll tell you though, it is nice to take a little bit of a break. And I think it's good for the audience too.
Yeah.
I mean, the audience could take a break and just kind of catch up on some gaming.
Crap in the woods. No, Crap was playing Friday the 13th in the woods, and that's what that's all about. That wasn't taking a crap in the woods, but
yeah. I was unaware of that game.
Yeah.
No, that was great. Thanks for calling in, Mr. Zombie Killer. He's always part of our stream every week. So, and that's a good thing to just take a side moment, let everybody know. We say this, and it's good to give a plug every once in a while. But folks, it's really important to say, go follow us on Mixer. I'm the Mooch on Mixer, and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Because realistically, it all helps. We can't thank every week now. We're getting a few 2, 3, 4 people that are like, hey, we just joined the Patreon. Like I say, there's a lot of different things on there, even for the $1. We really appreciate it, and it helps give back to the show. We're doing giveaways today. We're doing them next week. We do them all the time. It's all about giving back to you guys and making this show as good as we can for you. So thank you very much. We also have our iTunes and Google Play. Like I said, even if you don't listen to it, if you have iTunes on your phone,
go rate us.
Go rate us. Click on it. Subscribe to us over there. It really does make a difference. We really appreciate it.
Diva Crap still hasn't sent J-Dubs the last week's episode, but I'll do that.
But
I totally forgot all about that. Holy crap. Yeah, we're a little bit behind on that, but hey.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot about that. I have it downloaded. I've been meaning to upload it, so yeah, I'll have to do that today so that you can get that up. Yeah, it's going to be a good time, but hey, we've got our good friend on deck, Triple Cup Chuck.
Oh, big fan of Triple Cup.
And he's out. Yeah, Triple Cup Chuck.
What up with your crap and Mooch and Jay Williams? This your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. And man, I cannot wait for the Xbox One X to come out. The day it go for pre-order, day one, I'm diving. And all you got to do is throw a little bit of that EA access in there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a big UFC fan. Anybody want to get it, they can get their issue. Well, my question for you, Crap and Mooch, is out of the boxing genre, which one of these three would y'all like to see come back? Fight Night, Ready to Rumble, or Punch Out? Well, this your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm out.
I'm going to let you take that one, Crap. I don't do a whole lot of those games.
The boxing games? Man, Fight Night was pretty good. I would have to go with Fight Night just because I think that I like that one best. I know you're probably not really big in the boxing games. I like Punch Out as well. I think that's a very good game as well. So I would like to see all of them come back. I don't know why we got to settle for less games. I think that we need more games.
Right.
Also, I want to remind everybody to keep hitting that like button so that we can get to the top 10 at some particular point. Pretty good one. J-Dubs, was it a pretty good one, do you feel?
Yeah, edits were pretty minimal, which was great. And
Yeah. Mooch only messed up briefly.
Definitely.
I only messed up once or
What
twice.
is up with number 2?
I don't know. I have a problem with 10 and 2.
Yeah.
Where you have your hands on the wheel. I have no idea why that's so much of a problem.
Hey, what was Dirk Griggity's question?
His other question was basically the whole, like, you know, we kind of touched on it already when I got into the God of War 3 thing. God of War 4, playing it for like 10, 12 hours, and where Microsoft next year has Sea of Thieves and State of Decay. And
Yeah, them being that also ties into what we were talking about a little bit in terms of their games lasting longer. Because look, Halo 5 is going to get a 4K update. It's also getting Halo 3 maps. You know,
Right.
so they're adding new content to a game that came out in 2015.
Well, we just got content again on Gears, didn't we? Crap, this past.
Yeah, they had that content planned for a year out.
Right,
So
right,
and they,
right.
you know, and they did that big update and stuff like that. So I think that those are living games, and Sea of Thieves and State of Decay are living games as well. So you'll see them get continued update, and people will continue to play those games and things like that. Whereas on the PS4 side, and I think I made this comment and somebody got salty about it because I remember I had to block them. But I was like, nobody's talking about Uncharted or Horizon or anything like that anymore because you play those games, you beat them, or in your case, you don't even beat. You're like get too bored with them to beat, and then you're just like, okay, and then you're done with them. You know, like I'm never gonna go back to Uncharted 4. I already beat that game. You know what I mean? I have
Right.
no interest in playing that multiplayer because it's mediocre. You know, there's good games with good multiplayer. You know, nobody picks up Uncharted and says, hey, let's play that multiplayer. You know, so with Halo, it's like people enjoy both the story because those are pretty good stories, even though 5 was a little flat. But they have fantastic multiplayer. Same thing with Gears. Like, I love the Gears 4 story. I like the characters. They took a lot of risks by going with the new direction, and the multiplayer is fun as hell. So I think that that's the difference between Microsoft and Xbox. And Microsoft gets shit for not having, like, the quote-unquote single-player experiences that you can rent or whatever,
Right.
and be done with in 10 hours. But nobody gives Sony shit for not having decent multiplayer exclusives. You know, like, where's their multiplayer exclusives? They don't have them.
No,
And nobody
they really
talks
don't.
about it. It's
And
like, hey, let's keep that quiet.
Isn't that something we should talk about? That really is a good point, Crap, that you bring up.
Yeah.
Why is it that everyone's so down on Microsoft not having single-player games? Where's Sony's multiplayer games? Where's their other end of it? All these games for Sony that you guys are buying, Horizon, Nioh, soon to be God of War 4, these are games you're buying for $60. Where's your multiplayer? Where's your multiplayer? And then in cases like Uncharted where they have the multiplayer, it's as useless as the original Tomb Raider multiplayer. It's a terrible, terrible multiplayer. How come there's no uproar? Where's the gaming media? Isn't it time for $60 for Sony to give us what Microsoft gives us, a full-fledged single and multiplayer game for $60? Where are those headlines? They're nowhere to be found. They're in the abyss. They're in the abyss of the California gaming media. One day, maybe we could actually have a gaming media site somewhere else, anywhere else. I don't care where it comes from. I'll elect even Poland, Italy, UK. Somebody please have an Xbox voice somewhere besides San Francisco, California, for God's sake. Because that's where everything seems to resonate. And I don't understand that. We don't hear nothing about that crap. We don't hear one peep about the multiplayer aspect missing from Sony's portfolio.
100% agree. MNC Mornings, what's up? How you doing? ¿Cómo estás?
Hello, first time caller here. Hello, Mooch Crap. Calling from the UK. Hey, listen, Mooch, my name's Eva in the bunker. You added me on your friends list. I just gotta say, you gotta let me join you sometime, dude. Hey, great work you guys do. I'll try and keep this short and sweet. Guys, I know you got a PS4 Pro. Here's my thoughts on the Pro, dude. Piece of shit. Sorry I swore, but that's the facts. Fed up with Sony boys rambling on about the X, about what it does, what it doesn't do, all this rubbish. What is your take on all this gaming media bias? It is absolutely retarded. See us guys here in the UK, we love Xbox. We support Microsoft all the way. Don't let it fool you that Sony fanboys think that this is they dominate the UK, because they do not. Okay, and we will always support Microsoft. Anyway, great show, guys. Gotta go. Happy days.
That's great. Yeah, his name's even in the bunker. I will definitely hit you up. He's always like, "Hey, what are we doing? What are we doing?" And it's always when I'm getting on extremely late. So I apologize for that. But that's a great call, and that's refreshing to hear, crap, because I always thought Xbox was dominant in the UK, and then I think they had a bit of a dip in 2013, 2014 when all the PS news was just through the roof. Yeah. And it sounded like, UK went a little bit more towards Sony, but I think the tides have turned again. I think you'll see that even become more relevant as the X approaches. What's your take? Have you heard anything? I mean, Jez, I don't know if Jez is still in the chat, but it would be interesting to see if Microsoft still has a stronghold on the UK.
I hear they do pretty good in the UK. I think having FIFA and like an exclusive FIFA thing helped, but now Phil's like, we don't want to hold anything back, so blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, hey. In my
I'm telling you right now, my opinion, crap, is 2018 will be the year of Phil's
flip flop.
Phil will be on
the boat holding the flippy floppies.
Yep, he'll be holding the flippity floppities. He's going to be all over third-party deals next year. I really think so because he sees what's going on. He sees what brings in the money. It's cheaper for him. It's cheaper for you do 3 wacky IPs that don't pan out. It's cheaper to go get like 4 or 5 marketing right deals and just have that. I think you're going to see Phil flip-flop a little bit and start to grab some marketing rights back.
I agree 100%. I think that makes the most sense, especially when you're having a little bit of a lull in the first party because you're just getting that into order.
Yeah.
Like, why not go ahead and, and invest in getting some content that makes people want to play it on your game. So you have already the One X, the best platform to play every multiplayer game, every single one.
Right.
So you'll have that. And then go ahead and get some timed content, too. Like, imagine if they had timed content like Destiny and all that
that's what I'm saying. I mean, Jeremy Schmidt makes a point here, and I do agree with him. He said you might laugh. I'm actually not going to laugh. I actually agree with you. If Microsoft is going to spend any money on anything next year, get Call of Duty back under your thumb. Because, crap, listen, I'm not saying that because I can't wait to play Call of Duty.
Oh, but we can't wait to play Call of Duty. Woo!
Well, Call of Duty this year actually does look exciting, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a game that a lot of people gravitate to and get the bundles for every Christmas because it has that game in it. And it's still the 800-pound gorilla in the room, no matter how great Destiny is or Anthem next year.
Let me complain a bit. We got 450-some people watching and 169 likes.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable, folks.
Come on, people. It's literally a click. I mean, I know that, there's a lot of older gamers that are in here, like, according to the numbers, and you guys have all seen the Jetsons. Let's not make clicking on a mouse sound like it's exhausting.
Yes,
click
the damn like button so we can get to that damn top 10 list. It'll be worth it.
And I think the subscribe button is not far from that thumb, so please hit it. Let's get Mooch to 10,000 subs. Everyone else has got 10,000 subs. I don't usually care about number counting, but for crying out loud, where's my Mooch Maniacs? Hit that sub button.
Yeah, exactly. MNC Mornings, what's up? How's it going?
Hey, crap. Hey, Mooch. It's John Thomas.
Nice.
I have 2 things to say to you. One, I'm wanting to collect some games for 3DS, and there is a bunch of fighters. I just want to know what's the best franchise to look into. There's Tekken 3D for the 3DS. There's Super Street Fighter 4, and some others. Which one should I get? 2. Are you excited for the 2 new Metroids for the 3DS and the Switch? All right, gotta go.
John, let me tell you something. John's calls are not always Xbox related like today, but John does the right way to call in, right? He calls in, he's got his question, and he even says it like he's in the middle of doing 3 other errands. He's like, and I got to get out of here. So answer those questions. I'll see you later. So, John, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
I would go with Super Street Fighter 4, and then what was he was saying about the Switch? I don't remember what he was talking about.
I'm unaware that a Metroid is coming out. Yeah, I'm unaware that a Metroid is coming out for Switch. I would love to know that.
It's in
development. Is there something? Yeah,
it's in development.
Oh, that's right.
So.
In the latest Nintendo Direct, they said something, but it's still way out there, and I think it's going to be a Metroid Prime.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 4 is in development, and everybody's like, oh my god, Metroid Prime 4 is in development.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because any of these, like Sony and Nintendo, can get away with saying,
in development.
We've got games in development, but when Phil goes, we've got first-party studios and games in development, people are like, liar!
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's this huge...
Full of shit!
He's lying. He's full of shit. I don't believe him. Terrible.
I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
I don't believe you. Hey, it worked though. I shamed people into getting us more likes. Look at that.
You did. You really did. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. Let's take our next caller. I think is it Robbie Rob?
Robbie
Yes, we have
Rob.
Robbie Rob on deck.
We got some of the greatest names for callers, don't we?
Yeah.
Robbie Rob.
Yo, what up, Mooch? What up, crap, man? This your boy Robbie Rob, man. And I was just calling because Sony PlayStation with this crossplay shit and you know, the bullshit excuses that they gave, man, is fucking ridiculous, man. They talking about security and stuff, right? But dude, anybody remember in 2014 when their ass was vulnerable to a fucking attack, right? And they had this old shitty ass movie called The Interview, right? And they was doing anything in they power to try to break even with this movie, or you know, they needed help, right? Who the fuck did they turn to, man? Yep. They went right there to fucking Google and Microsoft, two of the top companies in the world when it comes to security and, you know, and stuff like that. And they not fit to back down from no cyber shit, right? They go to these two companies and was like, yo, man, can you please put this movie in your platform? Microsoft's like, hey, buddy, man, no problem, man. We'll give our Xbox and Windows 10 user this bullshit movie to rent out. Do y'all guys remember that shit?
Yep.
They had no problem dumping that shit off on Microsoft when they ass was vulnerable. Now, you know, they doing good with the PlayStation 4 and all this other good shit. And all of a sudden you want to question fucking security when it comes to fucking Microsoft and Windows 10? Shit, even Nintendo? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, man. That shit is too fucking hilarious, man. And you know what? And if Sony was to go on that same path again, you know Microsoft would help these assholes. And that's the shit that pisses me off, man. Just too goddamn nice. Just too nice, man. But I just hope they come up with a better fucking excuse than goddamn security. And that's all I got to say, man. I'm out. Later.
You know, great call by Robbie. Robbie's always very passionate about what he feels is going wrong in the industry, and he's right there. He's calling Sony out. Sony's claim is that it's a security issue, and he's right. When that whole thing went down with the interview, that was that James Franco movie. That was the whole North Korea versus the whole thing going on, and they were getting hacked and this and that. Who came to Sony's help day one? Was Microsoft, Google, I think other companies too, but Microsoft was a huge player in helping them out and securing their lines because Sony's got their own. So what he's saying, for people that weren't following along, was Sony's saying they're worried about the security of crossplay for their consumers. Meanwhile, they don't have an infrastructure that's strong enough to even protect their consumers in the first place without Microsoft's help. That's why when Phil was asked that question at Giant Bomb or whoever he did the post E3 interview with, he kind of was scratching his head and he looked really confused. He was like, I don't really know where they're coming from with this whole security and not giving that comfort or whatever to their consumer. He's like, we're actually one of the most safest companies you could probably be online with. So yeah, great call in, Robbie Rob. Awesome point, and thanks for the passion in that, because he speaks the truth.
I just want to say I like the movie The Interview.
Crap adding value wherever he can, folks.
I like that movie. I thought it was funny because
value added.
Yeah, it's not a politically correct movie, so I'm into that stuff. It just takes shots at everything and everybody, and I kind of like that,
It's so funny.
One of the few movies I reviewed on my channel, actually.
Really?
I don't really do that stuff very often, but yeah, it was something that I felt like reviewing. So definitely interesting. We actually had a winner. If you guys saw, the pony came across Michael McNamara.
Nice.
Wait, never mind.
No.
Never mind.
Okay.
Check that. That's not true. J-Dubs, what's the story on the winner here? There's some kind of whodunit going on.
Well, here's the funny thing about the winner, that the caller called in, and I was trying to track his name on the Skype call, and then Michael McNamara kept calling in, and I kept getting it confused with that. So we'll figure out the winner in a moment. I apologize for the confusion. But yeah, we'll figure it all out very, very soon.
Jay!
Yes, I understand that I've made a little bit of a boo-boo here, but we'll figure it out.
Well, what people don't understand is we have this group chat up, and so Jay's like in the thing. He's like, Michael McNamara was the pony winner. So I announced that, and he goes, as I'm announcing that, he goes, sorry, that was not the winner. Shit.
Yeah, he said it so calmly. Almost wrote it like letter by letter. Hold it, folks.
Yes. So
the funny thing is, I think it was a Michael, and that's why I got confused.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody's gonna win. That's for sure. We do know that. What do you think? When we get to about 250, we'll do the top 10.
Yeah, 250 will do the top 10, folks. I think you might have somebody. Is somebody still on the line? Yeah, I said. Of course. It's so great.
Of course.
It's so great.
MNC Mornings, what's up? How's it going?
Hey, Mooch Craps, Longshot 316. Haven't talked to you in a while. Hey, Mooch, you're going to find this hysterical. Remember the last time we were playing Diablo? Well, I told you I'd purchased another PS4, and you went, dude, why'd you do that? And my response was, I don't know. Well, 3 days after I bought it, it died. And, well, that's my second PS4. I am now done with Sony for this generation. And, by the way, not to beat a dead pony, when are we going to finish that Diablo game that we all started? You know, the new season's coming up, and I plan on playing with She-Wolf and the gang. And I'd like to get some practice in, finish up that game that we finished off. We started with, I think we ended with the King Leoric. Talk to you soon.
Awesome.
Later.
Longshot's a great fan and also a huge Patreon supporter. Thank you, Longshot. To answer your question, I think we got to get back to it because let me tell you something. Diablo's one of those games that's easy to shelf, but I can't wait to get back to it. But unless I'm playing with like I like to play with like a group of folks. It was myself, Longshot, Sajibot, and I believe it was K-Mega. And the four of us were going through, and we got up to like, in one night, we just got up to like almost level 30. So yeah, actually, Crap, you need to get back into that too. And you need to play through the story. We were talking about that. When you've played your first time, it was awesome. GKB and She-Wolf ran us through.
We were just I was just literally standing there a lot of times leveling up because everybody was a much higher level than me.
Well, that's the thing, though. I believe those, and I'm using the wrong words here. They're not raids, but we were raiding to a certain extent, and that just ranks you up fast. But you've got to get the experience of going through the story. That's the best part of it. And it's a much slower process, but it's much more like, there's more exploration. There's way more exploration.
Yeah.
So soon, Longshot. I apologize. Took me a while.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a few away from that top 10. Come on, let's get 5 more in there for the top 10, folks.
Well, shout out to Protus in the chat. He says, Mooch, Necromancer's coming to Diablo 3. It's already there, Protus. I believe it's 2 weeks ago now. Yeah. Necromancer is part of the Xbox. Yeah, it came out about 2 weeks ago. So I reckon if anyone's a Diablo fan or looking to get back into it, I think it's $15, and you get new characters, you get new gamer score, there's new maps, and there's new modes, I think. There's a lot going on. They always have a lot of content with Diablo. Let's take that call.
Yeah, MNC Mornings, what's up? How's it going?
Yes, good morning. This is IGN, right? Yeah, I was calling to apply for your head of Xbox position. Just a little bit about me. I've been gaming for a long time. I have a lot of experience. I've been gaming since 2013. My favorite games include the greatest game ever created, The Last of Us, the remaster of the remake of the remaster in glorious 4K, and of course Resogun. The reason why I think I'll be great for this Xbox position is because I'm very, very good at research. I know how to effectively use Google and Wikipedia, and if push comes to shove, I'll just make stuff up like you guys do. Let's see, what else do you need to do to be head of IGN, or be head of Xbox at IGN? I mean, you don't really need to know what the Xbox games are, or have any news, or play the games, or own the system. But I think you do need to know the settings, because when I applied at GameSpot, they didn't know the settings and said I was overqualified. So, if you like what you hear, IGN, give me a call. I'll be perfect for your position. I think I have a couple topics
that would wow the Xbox community, like Xbox One X is going to ruin gaming. Xbox One X, where are the games with all that power? Or how about this one? Microsoft lied. This console can't do 4K like the PS4 Pro. All right, IGN, hit me up. Bye.
I was hoping he did. This is Colin, Conrad, Calvin, out. I still think that's hysterical. I believe it is Colin. He's a great call-in.
Yeah.
Not new edition. He's been calling in, God, 4, 5, 6 weeks straight now. And the show's not the same without him.
Absolutely.
But, he makes a joke, but it's kind of a point, crap.
Hey, that's what the media is all about.
Do you need to know all the people that are on the Xbox Unlocked or whatever it's called there, the IGN show for Xbox, which is almost comical for me to even say. They don't have any. Some of them are like, I'm not buying a 4K and I'm not going to try this. Is the X even worth it? And then you tune into the PlayStation show Beyond on IGN and they're like, I love it. I love everything. I love it. I bought 2 Pros. I put one on top of the other. And I'm like,
they're 8K. What? You double them up.
You double them up. You piece them together. I don't know. It's such a lopsided. And whenever you say anything on Twitter to any of them, they're like, "You're just a fanboy."
Yeah.
Am I a fanboy or am I just actually interpreting what I'm watching?
Yep.
I don't know. You help me out with that.
Hey, I agree 100%.
Help me.
Help
you,
yes.
Sir.
That's a you problem.
That is a you problem. It's a them problem.
We do got the top 10.
That, my friend, is a you problem. Boy, Mooch couldn't have said it better himself.
Yes. We've got the top 10 list, don't we, J-Dubs?
Yes, we do. It's all ready.
Let's presentation it up and let's roll.
Yeah, let's get Jay ready to rock and roll. Let's always put a J front and fore. Here we are.
Hopefully you guys enjoy this.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the top 10 stupid decisions made by Sony this generation. We've got a great list for you, so we're going to kick it off with number 10. What's number 10, Mooch?
Number 10 is letting Sean Layden take over for Jack Trenton was like Ashton Kutcher taking over for Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men. Just not the same, folks.
Yes, I agree. Number 9, turning Kratos into Daddy Kratos and having him to look after a Rugrat for an entire game. I'm not sure whose idea that was, but yeah, that's not looking too swell in my opinion.
Number 8, not allowing back compat on the PS4 platform and not giving consumers a choice instead of forcing them to repay for games on PS Now.
That is true. Very anti-consumer.
Very.
Number 7, pimping out No Man's Sky for 2 straight E3s and misleading everyone into believing it was going to be anything other than a bad indie game. Shame on you, Sony.
Huge letdown. Number 6, letting Mark Cerny present the PS4 Pro. It's like letting the church lady from SNL introduce the Detroit Auto Show.
Isn't that special? Look at this card. That's special. Number 5, turning down EA Access and saying it's not a good value for their consumers. With the addition of Battlefield 1 and now Titanfall 2, this is looking worse and worse for Sony and their fans.
Number 4, making 1080p and resolution seem so important. That will now come back to bite Sony in the last 3 years of this generation. 4K makes you a better gamer.
That really is going to bite him in the ass. That's kind of funny. Number 3, putting out a 4K entertainment device like the PS4 Pro and not including a 4K Blu-ray player. What the hell are these guys thinking?
Bonehead move. Number 2, early game announcements at E3 and PSX. We now know games that are coming to PlayStation. But what most don't realize is that what you saw wasn't just for PS4, but for PS5 and PS6. Got fake hype and expectations way, way blown out of proportion.
Yeah, that's what they do a lot. They get you hyped up for stuff that's not coming for a long time. And number 1, whoever's dumbass idea it was for Sean Layden to wear a Crash Bandicoot t-shirt that was 3 sizes too small. Horrible decision by Sony.
And that game's coming to Xbox One.
Yes, and that game is going to come to Xbox One as well. Actually, we could have actually included a bunch of other stuff like not allowing crossplay with other networks. You know what I mean? Because they don't do that. There's just so many things that they don't allow, and it's just kind of coming out to the forefront. But good list, and thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. If you guys have any suggestions for top 10s, please let J-Dubs know, and he will always be happy to hear those, and you could hear him on the show. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody. See ya.
Megaton!
That never gets old, crap. Never. No, great top 10. It was one of the top 10s that we did last minute, but I'll tell you right now, we actually were working on it from yesterday and just couldn't record till this morning. Jay, nice work. Great editing.
Yes. Good job. Great job.
I'm amazing.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't get to hear a single part of that because I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. That was the bathroom break for...
Like, I literally was coming back just as that
It's
thing
supposed
was
to be a
ending.
built-in. You know, if you listen to any of the, like, Howard Stearns or Bubba Love Sponge or any of these guys that do shows, they're like, okay, we have to take a commercial now for a bathroom break. And it's funny. I always like listening to the top 10 so much, I never get a chance to actually enjoy the break. So I actually just sit here and listen to it. It's so good.
Yeah. We actually need longer bits, like the rundown.
Rundown's coming.
Rundown.
Rundown's coming.
Yeah. Hashtag rundown.
Hashtag rundown.
Send Jay Dub a tweet. Hashtag rundown, and maybe we'll get that.
Poor Jay's inbox right now.
Yeah.
Let's get another caller in, if you don't mind, Jay. I do think we have a good number left. We've been taking a lot of calls, and
yeah, we do.
Me and Crap haven't shut up yet.
Yeah.
We've got Morzat on deck. So Morzat jumps into this one with a few little jokes, and unfortunately, if he's listening live, I had to edit out a couple of his jokes because they were a little bit insensitive, but they'll get the point across.
Sensitive.
Insensitive. That's great.
Hey Mooch and Crap and J-Dubs. ¿Cómo están, bitches? Today my question for you is about your nicknames, Mooch and Crap. I want to know what is a Mooch. Why you name it yourself Mooch? What is that? I don't know. I would like to know. So please tell me, Mooch, please. And about Crap, why you wanted to call yourself the Crap Gamer? I mean, it makes you sound like you are a shitty gamer, like the type of gamer that cancels a pre-order because a game is coming to the PC. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, right. Okay, whatever. Bye.
That's great. Well, I guess he's wondering. Listen, I've always joked around.
Have you ever seen Mooch's timeline? That's why he's named Mooch.
Yeah, if you've even followed me for more than like a week, you'd know what's going on. Yeah, listen, mooching is borrowing with the intent to return. I've always said that, but you don't return it. Yeah, so it's one of those types of situations. Listen, it's just everyone always had these crazy names. Look at all the crazy names that are on Xbox Live, PlayStation, Twitter. And everyone picks all these great names. That's just a name that I've had for ages, and I just thought it was hysterical. Just an hysterical name that I just think it's something that it's easy to say too. So for people to say, and I think the same thing I'll say for Crap. Like his name is Crap Gamer Reviews.
Yeah.
But everyone's just like, hey, when the hell is Crap showing up for this live stream?
The games aren't always crap, but the reviews usually are.
Great slogan, by the way. Miss those. Those. So
now
yeah,
it's no rules reviews because that way people don't flip out. Like, you know what I mean? Like.
And if you don't know what no rules reviews mean, this is what it means. You don't have to watch this content.
Exactly. It means whatever the hell I want it to mean. That way, when somebody goes, like if some idiot comes to you, Mooch, and goes, can you believe Crap reviewed that game? He didn't even beat it. Then you could just go, well, it is no rules reviews. Like
That's
he
right.
says,
He
he
doesn't
have any
he can
rules.
play 6 minutes of it and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it says so right in the thing. And it's from a place called Crap Gamer Reviews. So like if you're taking those things seriously, then that's a you problem.
Right, it is a you problem. So yeah, not a great in-depth reason here. I mean, it's just more for comical fun. It's kind of rolls off the tongue, and everyone's got a different reason for picking their nicknames or their usernames online. Just kind of funny.
Yeah.
But cool call, and actually great question, to be honest with you.
Yeah, really, really good question. My name was just for fun, like at the time it was really fun to like play, and then if I was really good at something.
Right.
People would be like in the lobby going, man, I got my ass kicked by someone who calls himself Crap Gamer.
Right.
So, yeah, that was always kind of funny. And then if I sucked, then people just like, oh, well, he's...
I always find it funny when people are like, what's a mooch? And I'm like, well, I believe, I've never actually turned to Webster's, but I believe it's an actual word. It's a term.
Yeah.
It could be a noun. I don't know. It depends, I guess. Maybe I'm making it one. Nonetheless, it is what it is. I don't know. Now, coming from a different country, I do understand because maybe it's something more we use in a slang term.
Mooch. It's a verb. ask for, obtain something without paying for it.
Absolutely. God bless
or the
America.
noun. The noun version is a beggar or a scrounger.
Nice. So great. So great. I love it.
Yeah. That's funny as hell.
It is. It's great. So very cool. Awesome question, by the way. Awesome. Isn't it great? I love it.
Yeah, that is funny.
I really do. I mean it with all my heart. So there it is. A mooch is a person who tries to get as much free and super cheap. You couldn't have said it better yourself, buddy. That was great.
That is.
Let's go. We do have we have Mike on deck. So
let's get Mike in. Mike.
Right.
Hey, happy MNC mornings, and thank you so much for taking my call. This is Mike in Idaho, and I just wanted to say thanks so much for hosting this and for keeping the gaming world at bay and keeping the ponies where they belong in their corral where we can harvest their bullshit for fertilizer. So anyway, my comment or question that I kind of wanted was how you guys feel about the generational times between console releases. For example, Xbox X now coming out, and it's the response to the PS4 Pro. And I just was kind of curious how you guys are mentally thinking forward from now, if that's going to kind of continue where Sony releases their new generation console and then Xbox reacts to it with what is probably going to continue to be the most powerful because it will be the reaction to Sony. So I just wanted your thoughts on that, and I appreciate everything you do. Once again, keep on doing it.
Great. You know what? I think we are in this back and forth part now where Sony will come out with something and then Microsoft will come out with something. Unfortunately, that's probably how we're going to be as far as the generations and things like that are concerned going forward. Whether or not you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. I always kind of like it when they both start off the new generation about the same. But then at that particular point, one is going to be really good. One of them's going to do better probably than the other. I don't know. So really, I think it just depends on what you want to do and what your thoughts are in terms of, on the generational thing. So I think that would be something that each individual will have to decide on their own. So,
right.
Yeah.
Agreed. Oh.
Hey. Great.
Hey now. WNBC. WNBC.
MNC Mornings. What's up?
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is Yahweh Wee calling in. Hey, I got a question. We all know the Xbox One's supposed to have more particle effects and all that and better graphics, but when do you think we'll get more content? Like in Dead Rising, there's 500 zombies on there at a time, but on the Xbox One they can have 1,500 or something like that. Or on Halo, instead of having 20 guys on the screen that kill, you can have 100. Just a thought. Thank you very much.
Well, good call, but I felt like crap the whole thing with the 1,000 zombies. Take it easy, That's when you kill Dead Rising 3 was a really good example. You go take a slice, you kill 10 zombies, and one of the dead ones is floating above your head. It's too much for a console, I think, at this point to do. Now he's saying, when will we get to that point? I don't even think the next generation would be at that point where you have 1,000 or 1,500 zombies on screen. I say tone it back. You know what did it right, crap? Dying Light. Dying Light is a game that still does not get respect in this generation. If you haven't played Dying Light, it's Dead Island on crack. The parkour is fantastic. There's tons of zombies, but not the amount of zombies to where there's the glitching that occurs. You know what I mean? So it really holds its own very well. If you haven't played Dying Light, get a team of it's a team of 4 total. Get 3 other people with you and go play that game. That game was one of the best experiences I had this generation in playing a co-op.
Yeah, I remember you
zombie.
guys used to always ask for me to join in. I'm like, I don't have that game.
That was when I was like, crap, get on. You're like, no, well, 2 things. A, you didn't have the game, and B, you're like, bro, we didn't even start till sometimes 10:30 at night, Eastern time. You're like, bro, that's not happening.
I'm counting sheep at that time, man. I'm like,
we played that shit till 1 in the morning.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What's funny?
We got some Xbot and some Mel in the chat.
Nice to have, it's good to see the community show some support. We really appreciate that. But you know what was great? Dying Light came out at a time where we were all complaining we didn't have enough games. Remember that crap? We're like, where are the games this generation? People are pitchforks and knives. And it was nice because we was able to play that game without having another 8 new titles come out in the next week. So I'm finding that now. My backlog is serious for games. I mean, I still haven't finished Prey. Now I still have to finish Dark Souls 3. I mean, I'm almost done with those games, but not quite. And then I still have games like Nioh that I'm going through. I just started God of War 3. I still want to play through, before the summer's out, I want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider from the beginning all the way through again. I'm almost like 50,
That is
60.
such a good game. Get the
I want to play
DLC.
it all. I'm just gonna play the whole thing
It's so
through.
good. Yes.
Whole thing through.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wait, is today the last day?
It might be. You can pick up the DLC for super cheap, I think.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna pick. Today's gonna be DLC day for Mooch. I'm gonna pick that up. Dark Souls. There's a couple DLCs I wanted to pick up.
Luca's like Dark Souls.
Woo!
Yeah. Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, baby.
Anyway, so we got a little something to play for you real quick, and then we'll be right back, don't we, J Dubs? Yeah.
Yes, we do. Put me in. Present.
Oh, you're already there, brother.
Hey everyone, Crap Gamer here from MNC Mornings. You know, we've gotten a lot of fan feedback right from the beginning, and one of the things that the fans always asked was in what way could they help support MNC Mornings. Now we have an outlet with Patreon, and we certainly have the fans and the fan support to help make MNC Mornings one of the most successful gaming-related shows ever. We believe we truly have a unique and quality show that entertains casual gamers and hardcore gamers alike. Mooch, Jay, and myself, we have an unmatched chemistry, and that plays extremely well off one another. Supporting us on Patreon will enable us to put our shows on iTunes, Google Play, and other various platforms that might be more accessible to you, the fans. It will also allow us to interact on a more personal level with supporters and fans. As a bonus, it'll help us to offer some truly amazing giveaways and prizes for the show. We'd love to be able to make this show as successful as we possibly can, and to do that, we'd like to ask your help. There is no MNC Mornings without each and every one of you, so please remember that. We've brainstormed great Patreon rewards that we feel add even more interaction between us and all of you. MNC Mornings is your show, and it's always been directed by you. It's a forum for the little guys, the people who have a valid opinion but might not have a big outlet to express themselves. Let's face it, there's a lot of gaming podcasts out there, and I'm proud to say that this is all of ours. And I feel like together we can achieve something really, really special. We're doing this for the fans. The support has been absolutely amazing. Even months after the initial final show, we still get messages asking us to bring it back, and we've heard those requests loud and clear. MNC Mornings won't go quietly into the night. No, it will not. We'll keep fighting the good fight for a better and more balanced gaming media. A wise man once said, "Be so good that they can't ignore you," and that's the plan. Maybe one day MNC Mornings will be able to broadcast from PAX or E3, and that'll be a group effort from the fans and friends of the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all your support. You, the Mooch Maniacs and Crapaholics, have spoken, and we have listened. You wanted more MNC Mornings. You wanted more interaction with Mooch, Crap, and J-Dubs. You wanted more Let's Plays with Mooch and Crap. And you wanted more prizes and giveaways than ever. And we are happy to oblige. Starting from today or the very near future, we at MNC Mornings will be making your wishes a reality. And after all, you're the customer, and we aim to please. We want to bring new ideas and fresh concepts to the forefront. And in order to do that, we need support and capital to make that happen. What we have planned will entertain you and hopefully have you coming back for more. With your support, we can make MNC Mornings everything we want it to be, and hopefully everything you've come to expect. So thank you so much.
Sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties.
We are. Woo!
That's all right though.
XSplit. He can't win. He can't be great. What the hell is that?
That's so great. I love it. You go from this.
The
This
application actually just crashed on me. Just give me a moment.
Oh, no worries. Hey, Jay! Hey, you know what's funny was I told people in the chat, I was like, hey, Mooch has to take a piss, so we got to play a break real quick.
Hey, listen, it's all about those breaks, folks. We have to. I love it when Howard's like, "We'll be back after this break after these words," and it's like, then he gets like a great 15-minute break. We get like a 30-second break.
Yeah, we need some longer stuff like the rundown. Rundown.
Yeah, Rundown.
Because they help support MNC Mornings.
What the hell is
now
that?
we have
Wow,
an outlet
hey.
with Patreon, and we certainly have the fans and the fan support
Jay, we're
to
playing
help
that
make
same ad
MNC
again.
Mornings one
Yeah,
of the most successful gaming-related shows ever.
It's so great.
That is. That's very nice. You got things straightened out, Jay?
So good. Sometimes I think some of the follies are the best parts of the show.
I just picture Jay like with like a fire extinguisher, and he's like trying to put shit out
he's
right
putting
now.
shit out right now. He's pushing every button he's got right now. He's got like crazy amounts of buttons he's pushing.
Yeah, he does, man.
Man.
It'll get streamlined for you one day, bro.
We love it. You know, Sajibot goes, it's the little things like this that make the show great. I got to agree with him. Like, some of my favorite parts of listening to like Howard Stern is like when Scott the engineer made a huge mistake and the audio for the special guest could not hear anything. They're like, I can't hear you, Howard. And he's like, damn it, Scott. And it, of course, you know. So it would just be so great. But no, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful part of the show.
Rack
But, you
him
know,
up. Hey, I made it in. Look at that.
You did make it, crap.
Yeah, it wasn't Como Stas, bitches, but it was still pretty good.
I thought that was funny how the last
Como
caller
Stas, bitches.
says that, he said it. He was like, Como estas
Como Stas, bitches.
beaches.
Beaches.
Which was great. That was awesome. So that was beaches. Almost beaches. Yes. So, crap, do we have another subject line, or should we go right into another caller?
I
Jay,
think
how's the equipment? Are we up and running?
Are we able to run
We're up and running.
a voicemail?
We've got Luca on deck.
Ooh, let's do
Luca
it.
on the second floor.
Yes.
Always good to hear from her.
Hey Mooch, Crap, J-Dubs, hope you guys are doing well. Kind of a slow news week, so I'll keep my question short and sweet. Are either of you looking forward to Wolfenstein 2 or Assassin's Creed? Are those day one buys for you guys, or nah? Okay, that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Hey, she didn't rant. She wasn't angry at all.
No, Luca's actually been she's been just an absolute treat. She doesn't even like get upset anymore or anything, which is I think is great. That means things aren't bothering her.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess
good,
you're
right?
right with that. Yeah. You know what? I wasn't gonna say Wolfenstein 2 would be a day one, but I've enjoyed the first one so much that it will be, and obviously Assassin's Creed is gonna be a day one. Just that game looks great. Did you see the 4K footage that they put up the other day?
So crap, I haven't seen it yet, and that's shame on me. That's a me problem. I actually have been meaning to go back and look. There's a few things. I did watch the 4K assets by Digital Foundry video, but I did not get to the Assassin's Creed one, which I
The
want to
4K
watch.
assets thing was funny as hell because they basically confirmed what we've been saying is the 4K assets make everything much, much better, and that's 100% right.
Right.
And then as far as I thought it was funny because I was just watching this 4K Xbox One X footage of Assassin's Creed, and then I looked at the comments in there, and the PS4 fans were like just livid, like they couldn't believe
That, my
how
friend,
good it
is a
looked.
you problem.
Exactly.
It's so true.
Exactly. And so I did a video about that. Like, man, these people are getting so salty and upset over these games just because of how good they look. Well, they're gonna have to get used to it because there's gonna be years of this. So I like that. That to me is awesome. But yeah, both of those are day one buys. In fact, I bought the Ezio collection, Mamma Mia, because I wanted to get back into some Assassin's Creed before the new Assassin's Creed comes out. But that looks so great, awesome.
No, I totally agree. I'm with you. First of all, I like to call it Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. No, Stein.
Wolfenstein.
So I think, listen, if you're not buying Wolfenstein 2, it's a huge disservice to yourself as a gamer. The game is just, how do you put this into words? It's action-packed. The story's great. I just think, I think the game is stellar. The first one's fantastic. Actually, that's, there you go. Thank you.
I'm playing through the first one, the New Order, right now. And
that's what I have to get.
Yeah,
I have to get. That's the other thing I'm picking up today. That was the other DLC. Thank you, Jay.
It's amazing. Like, there are stealth elements of it. There's shooting. There's puzzles. It's everything. It's amazing. Like, this is the game that I think Dishonored should have been in a way. I know Dishonored has
listen,
has like powers and stuff, but this is the game that Dishonored should have been, really.
Jay makes a great point, and Arcane, the folks that made Dishonored are the folks that made Prey, and Prey is good, It's very good, and I'm enjoying it. But there's little aspects of Dishonored in there naturally. I mean, it's the same creator, but which I think pull Prey down a smidgen for me. But Prey, I think they did correctly. If anyone hasn't tried Prey yet, I do recommend. I still highly recommend it for you, especially right now in the summer swoon. But Jay's right. What Wolfenstein does is what I think Dishonored could have been. And the problem is, Jay, is that the aspects you're talking about that are stealth in Wolfenstein, that's something that like you don't get. They didn't understand that. Dishonored did too much stealth. You have to do an even amount of stealth versus high action to keep people into the game. So myself personally, I just think Wolfenstein's a better game overall. I'm still saying
Wolfenstein is great. Yeah, it's Stein though, but I'm just
saying. It is Stein. But in Mooch's world, in the little world I exist in,
yeah,
it is Stein.
Yeah, it's Stein though. Honestly, it is. It's Stein.
I like how Crap always keeps coming back with an asterisk. It is Stein.
It's Stein. It's Wolfenstein. It's Stein.
It is. Stein just sounds better.
Like Ben Stein, right? That guy's name is
Ben.
So does Mario.
It's Mario.
Yuck.
Don't even get with that Mario crap. Come on.
You know, but Ben Stein may have been even more popular than Ben Stein. Depends on how you want to look at it.
No. Ben Stein.
No, he goes, no.
I used to watch that show back
in
the day. Did you?
What, Win Ben Stein's Money?
Yeah.
That was good. I like. He was also good in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, Bueller.
Bueller. So good. Giving everybody a life lesson here in pop culture. We do have Buzzer with some sixes on deck.
he's rocking the
devil. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Buzzer 666 from the UK. Just a quick question: why doesn't the media have a go at Sony for doing exactly what people have a go at Microsoft for? I hear a lot of these if, buts, maybes. Why doesn't the media have a go at Sony? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean...
Catch you later.
That was great. Bye. And then he's like, see ya. No, listen, I'll tell you the truth. It's one of the things, and maybe this gentleman right here, maybe Buzzer's kind of just a little bit late to the show, and the fact that some people are just seeing it now, Crap. We've been talking about it for 3 years, but it takes a long time for our small publication to kind of get out there and get into people's ears. Now people are seeing it with their own eyes and ears. And this is why we don't know. That's why I said something is up here, folks. This is not just a Mooch rant. You can't tell me that every single publication, every gaming media outlet, everyone that writes an article is all pro Sony. Doesn't that seem like something's wrong? You've never seen anything like that. If you go into a McDonald's and you ask everybody table to table, what's your favorite thing on the menu? You're going to get everything from nothing to Big Mac to double cheeseburger to quarter pounder to French fries to the apple pie. Keeps going on and on and on, folks. All right? Yeah. So you can't go up to 17 different journalists that work for 17 different publications and be like, what's your favorite console? PS4, 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 PS to the 4, PS3, and 4. Like, you're like, nobody likes Xbox? Not here. And you're like, well, where the hell am I? Oh, that's right, California. So, like, you got to realize that there's something astray here, folks. And I'm glad you guys are taking note of it like we are now. I welcome everybody that finally starts to see the light, because something is wrong in the gaming media. There's something very wrong.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's obvious. That's why we call it out. I mean, it's just that's just how it is. So, absolutely. Who else do we got on deck, J-Dubs?
We have Brandon.
Okay.
All right.
What is going on, Crap? What's up, Mooch? Hope you guys have had a good week so far. I just have a couple things to say here. So first is, I'm a console gamer. I game on Xbox and Xbox alone, and not because I hate PlayStation or Nintendo. I just prefer the games, controller, and live services that Xbox offers. That being said, I've really been noticing the media bias towards Xbox lately, and just wanted to credit you guys for being a good source of Xbox news, especially when not many other sources are. I admit that when I first started watching you, I thought that you might just be, fanboys of Xbox, but then I started to realize that you were covering important topics and issues that the paid media sites just weren't covering, and 90% of the time, you guys were right. So once I started to feel the frustration of the media bias towards Xbox myself, I realized that you weren't being fanboys just because you were being defensive. You were being defensive because of all the hate towards your choice of console, the console that you are a fan of, which in my opinion does not make you a fanboy. I, like you and all the other Xbox fans, we want Xbox to succeed because we like Xbox, not because we hate another platform. So, you know, I just wanted to say good job in that regard, and keep up the good work. You know, you guys are killing it. Secondly, and leading into my question, I think it was a smart move for Phil to continue on with the Xbox One brand instead of starting fresh with the next gen. I feel that if Phil can prove that the new Xbox One S and X are valuable and capable consoles and rebuild that faith in the Xbox brand, then whatever machine does come next from Xbox stands a far better chance on the market, opposed to if the One X was that new next-gen Xbox coming out this November. Anyway, I'm interested to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on the subject, and have a great Sunday.
Yeah. By the way, crap. That may have climbed into Mooch's top 3 best calls.
It was a good call.
It was a great call, and thank you for seeing the light. We're not fanboys, guys. I'm telling you right now. We own all the consoles. I'm playing them all. I've always supported all companies since very young.
I support them all, but I am definitely an Xbox fanboy.
Well, you could say that. That's fine. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not saying I'm a fan, because that's the wrong. I like the way Brandon just put that out there.
Yeah.
The reason I got into YouTube, the reason I do all this is just because it's such a lopsided media coverage of gaming. And, you know, people are like, well, why are we so into gaming? Gaming's a major, major industry. It's a billion-dollar industry, folks.
Yeah.
It's worth talking about, just like it's worth talking about real estate, cars, anything else. You know what I mean? It's a big business. So it is worth discussing. And when you see that there's such a lopsided event going on here, and you have people that are probably between the ages of like 20 and 30 on IGN's Polygon, Kotaku, telling you what you're supposed to believe, all I'm saying is, hey, wait, I'm sorry, guys. There's another page. You have to flip it and read the other side. They're only showing you the one. And that's why we are here. And thanks, Brandon, for realizing that. As far as his second part of his question, and I want to hear Crap's take on it, is I really think that Phil is doing the right thing right now. And I think he makes a strong case, Brandon does, in the fact that if the X can make its own footprint right now and showing this non-generation gap that doesn't need to be this huge leap. It can be like a minute leap, and then the next one is another minute leap, but it's all going towards reaching the possibilities of what a decent PC can give. You're giving console gamers the best of all worlds. So if Phil can marry all of this together, that would be something that really would be something that Phil would go down in history as being able to do and do it successfully. So Brandon, again, great call, and thank you. I hope you're calling again.
Yeah, they like, I always tell this. I say the PS4 fanboys made me. You know what I mean? I was just this guy doing these goofy reviews, like just for fun and stuff. And then I did a video about how I was going to get an Xbox One because I could only afford one at the time. You know, because if you remember right, man, $500 for the one and then $400 for the PS4. That's like $1,000 with tax and in games. And there was really nothing on the PS4 that I wanted at launch. Like, what on the PS4 was there that I couldn't play on the Xbox One at launch, right? Aside from Killzone and Neck, there was nothing on there. You know what I mean? Where if you looked at what Xbox had at launch, and I was really most excited about Titanfall coming a few months after launch, but it was like Forza 5, Dead Rising 3 looked great, Rise looked great, Killer Instinct. That was a huge reason why I got an Xbox One, you know? And so I did that video, and people were just like, thousands of people disliked it and were just hating on it, and you know, threats and all this stuff. I was like, wow, who the hell are these people to tell me how to spend my money, you know?
Right.
So that they kind of made me, and what I do is even the score a little bit in terms of who covers what. And I think that that's something that I will continue to do, man. That's just kind of my thing.
That's exactly it. I just sat there for years watching what was happening and watching the gaming media start to crumble, and its ability to be taken serious was becoming comical.
Yeah.
And like I said, it doesn't matter where you are in the mall, you're out. Ask anybody that's in line for anything and be like, you know, ask them what's your favorite and pick a subject. People are going to be all over the place. Don't you notice when you tune into all these shows, it's pro Sony? There's something wrong there. There's something really wrong there. And it's not fair. It's not fair because of Microsoft. We don't care that Microsoft, we don't get a nickel from them. The point of the matter is like what Brandon said, is that our preferred what we're actually interested in. We'd like to get a little bit of reading on, or a little something that's positive. And you can't get anything without a backhanded compliment from any of these people. Like the Xbox One X, true power, but is it really worth it? And who wants to buy a 4K TV anyway? What kind of headline is that? Like that's all you ever get is the compliment, and then the backhand comes a few lines later.
They're like, smack. What did the five finger say to the face?
Smack. Yeah,
that's
so
basically what you're getting. So
it is. So great call in again. I'm glad that someone actually that was fantastic segment. Jay, we got another call in.
Here we have Def Jam Band.
Oh, always good.
Seagulls, hopefully.
Seagulls, please.
What's up, Mooch, Crap, Jay? How y'all doing today? I know y'all missed me, you know. I've been hiding for like 2 weeks. I ain't seen y'all no voicemails. I know everybody missed me. Shout out to everybody in the chat listening in to MSC Mornings with Jay. Well, let's get everything out the way. E3 was great. We got to see games. We got to see the hardware. Now we got to go to Gamescom, see what's going on with that. And question, who is out of y'all guys, or who's pre-ordering Cuphead? I'm not much into indie games, but I definitely had to pre-order that. And the story behind that is with the developers and what they had to do to make that game, and all the time and effort that they put in. That's what I call it, going above and beyond. They should be recommended for that. And now now Sony's saying they PlayStation 5 is going to do 240 frames per second. Let me guess, it's going to be 25 teraflops too. I guess in that case, I'll be if that's the case, I'll be the president of Sony within the next 2 years. Yeah, right. I call that bullshit. Oh, and we also got gifting games. Well, we all said that would come sooner or later. Only thing Microsoft missing is a fully integrated Twitter app. I'd like to hear y'all guys' thoughts. Everybody tuned in to Mooch and Crap and Jay in the mornings. Hit that one. Def Jam is out.
Jay, I'm sure Bam wouldn't want it, but I almost want his next call in to be just seagulls throughout the entire call. Would be fantastic. If we could do that next
just
time.
seagulls right from the start.
Right from the start. Just right from the start. Bam makes some good points, and we didn't touch on that yet. There's the gift gaming that's coming. According to Mike Ibarra.
Mike Ibarra said it's really close, so that's something that's cool. The first.
Well, for all you mooches out there, we are victorious soon with gift gaming. Be very friendly to everybody online. You never know when you can come home and get a code. That's just really cool.
I accept codes and stuff all the time.
Yes, Crap also accept. There's a little mooch in everybody, folks.
Yes, exactly, 100%. So, make sure you guys mooch a little bit yourself.
Yes, absolutely. But Bam did make a couple of good points on top of it. So gift gaming's coming. Also the whole thing that went down with Pactor and the 240. Like I said, it's just so funny to see
that was
somebody,
just kind of
it was
fictitious.
It is,
thing,
but people ran with it like it was going to be a thing in 2019. Like people are making guesses at 2019. The only way PS5 comes out in 2019 is if the Xbox One X literally blows up beyond what we can all comprehend.
Yeah, exactly. And then even then, that thing would have to sell amazingly well to really catch up worldwide and kind of surpass the PS4. So I wouldn't really expect that.
Right. No, and you know what? His first part of his question was Cuphead. Cuphead's a day one buy for me. Indies are not the indies they were in 2013 when me and Crap were kind of going in on them. Those indie games were just 8-bit. Left and right, hitting a ball into a net, or Octodad, which was just hold your controller still and try to move through the board. No, not going to come home from a long day's work to try and balance an Octodad to get a bowl of milk and cereal out. That's what he did. It was go to the fridge, come to the table. That stuff was really boring. Now you've got indie games that are playing serious hardcore games with beautiful graphics. I think you're getting your $20 worth. And in certain instances with certain indies, you're getting $30 worth. I don't think you want to see an indie go over $30, but 20 is the sweet spot, I think, for something like a Cuphead, and they're doing it right.
I agree 100%, man. A lot of cool stuff coming. Cuphead is a game that I'm going to get for sure. You know what? Well, I'm gonna pre-order it just because I want to support the
Yes.
the developer a lot. You know what I mean?
You doing that's a digital only, correct? Crap.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, digital only, $20. That's a hell of a
When you
deal.
pre-order your digital, are you paying for it in full, or is there a smaller
You pay for
monetary
it in
value?
full.
You do, right? That's what I thought. Yep.
That's the bad part about going digital is like when you because okay, here's the thing. I maybe want to try Destiny 2 beta, but I don't want to pre-order digital because then they charge you the whole $60, right? Which is this thing where then I'd have to go to GameStop and put $5 down, and I have no intention of buying that shit physical.
Right. Well, I mean, no. First of all, if anyone's even contemplating getting into Destiny, buy it digitally, folks. You're going to drive yourself nuts going back and forth. I bought the first Destiny physical disc. Boy, has that been a nightmare because I'm pretty much digital. But whenever you have another game in there, you got to get up, you got to take it out, and you're like, oh, where did I put that Destiny? It's just it's Destiny's a game you always go back to if you're going to get into it. So just buy it digitally. I'm not going to tell you which one to get. You want to get the $60 one, the $80 one, or the $100 one. That's up to you. I think it's $60, $90, and $100. But someone asked me, I think it was Assassin. Shout out to Assassin. I think he said to me, Mooch, are you going to get the $100 one? And I said, at this point, I was locked in. I'm probably getting the 90. You might as well get the 100. If 90 and 100, it's no big deal. If it was 80 or 100, I'd say get the 80.
Yeah.
But for $10, just get the whole kit and caboodle. It's going to be there for 3 years and follow you around.
I know we've got a few more, but I think we just saved these last few calls because we've got to spin the wheel a few times.
We do have to spin. Well, we can get through a couple more. Crap, we did start late.
We have 2 left.
Yeah, we started late.
Okay.
We got to give a full 2 hours here, crap.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm just looking at the time. I'm like, holy crap, we're like running.
We started at like
late.
20 after 11.
Yeah, well, no, but honestly, we were up to 1 hour 57 minutes right now. So.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, hey, listen. You know what? Keep those good times going. Let's do a.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind going over. We could take this bitch to 2 for all.
Let's take it all day. Let's not stop. Mooch and crap 24/7.
Hey, for enough money, man, I'd do that. Like,
how about that, folks?
If somebody was like, "Hey, here's I don't know, what would your crazy number be for that, Mooch?" Like, if somebody's like, "How much would we have to donate to you guys to do like a 24-hour show?"
Man, I don't know. I don't like to do that because whatever number I say is evil. So I'll say we'll talk about that offline. I have no idea.
$1,000.
1 1 megaton. Still can't believe that's me. So funny. Yeah, it would be something though. Crap, I wouldn't mind doing it. Listen, I wouldn't mind doing a 24-hour, but I would rather do it on us streaming a game.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe a co-op game where we just go through and beat it, in 20 hours, 24 hours.
What the hell is that damn Zombie Island?
We could do Dead Island.
Dead Island, yeah. We've got J-Dubs on that.
Yeah, J-Dubs too, that's right.
I'm still waiting for you guys to play that.
We should start that over and just go right through. If we just did the main missions, we could probably do both games in the definitive edition in 24 hours.
We aren't even that far into it, so I think we could definitely do pretty good with that. You know what I mean?
Oh my God,
it wouldn't even take long.
That would be. I think that's something to think about. Let's see if the fans are into that. 24-hour. Wow, we'd have to go right from. You know what we do? Crap, we go right from Crossfire into it, and go. Well, no, we'd have to do it on Sunday. We'd have to be right because you work Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I could always schedule something around that. So.
Well, let me know because that's interesting. Yeah. That is interesting, folks. Let us know if you want to do a Mooch and crap and J-Dubs 24/7. Wow.
Yeah, man.
How about that? We'll call it a 24/7, but it's really just gonna be a 24/1.
Yeah. 24/1.
That's all we're gonna do.
Lucas says how much for a Dark Souls 3 co-stream.
Saji Bot goes, I did a 24-hour once. It almost killed me. I've actually heard people that have done 24-hour, and they said it was excruciating.
I can imagine. How about we could do a 12-hour?
How about 12, folks?
That's just as good. Yeah.
Hey, and don't let's not knock that, right? 12-hour. People do half marathons. Why can't we do a half? We'll do a 12.
That's what I'm saying. And then we could even do it like sort of a charity thing as well, like if they wanted to. Like donate and stuff like that. But
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's get that's something we can expand on later. Let's get in another
voicemail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who do we got, J-Dubs?
Got Mass Murders.
Nice.
Mass Murders. We get the nicest names here.
Beautiful names. Yes, absolutely.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, AJ Williams, it's Mass Murder back here again. I just have a question real quick.
if all these PlayStation fans are talking about how this new racing game is going to beat Forza out, then how aren't you talking about how all you guys don't own Xboxes, all you PlayStation fans, but yet go on to Metacritic and everywhere else and bring down the score and then bring up the score for your whack-ass games like Knack and The Last of Us and everything else? All right, Mass Murderer out. Boom, boom, shake the room, ticka, boom.
Whatever. That sure beats no ticky, no washy.
No ticky, no washy.
That was awesome. I mean, I think what he's saying is we own everything and then we make a comment on it where other people don't even own Xbox and they're still commenting on Xbox.
Yeah, that's a bit of the problem. That's why I got a PS4, was so that I could accurately kind of talk about PS4 and what it is and what it does and stuff like that. So it makes it a little bit more difficult when you're sitting there trying to bash on the Xbox but you haven't played it. Or you say Halo sucks, but you haven't played it. Or you say Gears sucks or Forza sucks and you haven't played it. Like, to me, like, I don't understand how you could do that. At least put in 10 minutes on the fucking game. You know what I mean?
Right. Try it out.
Like, for me to even, like, okay, I can play Knack, you know, you got to put in a little bit of time to realize that it's garbage. You know, I mean, it's garbage right from the start. But, you know, you play a little bit just to see how it is. So,
yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I mean, there's something to the whole "don't knock it until you try it" thing, but
don't knock it until you try it.
There are certain scenarios, folks, where when you see something and it looks like shit and it smells like shit and it feels like shit, it's probably shit. And you're like, you know, you don't always have to try it to know it's garbage. But you know, in this industry, people say, so some people even say to me, they're like, "Mooch, what do you just buy these things so you can knock them?" It's like, no, not at all. Actually, I try them. And a lot of times I think I'm going to knock it and I don't. A perfect example is like I bought Niho and I'm enjoying it, right? But then again, I went and tried PSVR and I did knock it after because I still think it's an experience.
But
and
you still enjoyed it
for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
certainly
but I mean,
not worth $500.
Well, you didn't even really get a chance to delve into it, man. You gotta delve into that shit, man.
So when you say dive into it, do you mean like diving into a puke bucket? No,
well,
I
it
don't
depends
know.
on the game. For me, I guess I'm motion
It's
sick.
not just you crap. That's not a you thing. That's a people problem. I mean, I
well,
felt
Hellhammer had
on
no
that.
problem with it, so that's why I was like, wow, that's weird. Because like some of the things, like the
it did bug me.
stuff, yeah.
I mean, it did bug me, and I was only on I only played the only thing that I had in a movement sequence like that was the Until Dawn game, which by the way, I got to actually download the Until Dawn is free for PS Plus members.
Yeah, I already downloaded.
I got to
that
grab.
stuff.
I haven't grabbed that yet.
You know what's weird is because I had that game already installed,
right,
from the disc.
Oh yeah, this is an interesting bit.
Yeah, but when you download the PlayStation Plus version, you have to delete the installed version and then download the Plus version. It's weird.
That's so Sony.
Yeah, that is so Sony. Like,
that, my
crap.
friend, is a you problem. It's so true. It's so Sony.
We got one more voicemail, I think, right?
Yes.
We have Gold Lion X23.
Gold Lion.
I think this is a repeat caller. He called in last week, first time.
What's up, Mooch? What's up, Crap? What's up, J-Dubs? It's your boy Gold Line X23. Wondering, what's the first 4K game you can play on the X? What are you holding back on? I'm holding back on for Forza 7 till I get an X. Then I'll be ready to play that. And Madden. Thanks, man. Keep up the good work. Bye.
You know what? I'm still gonna get Forza and start playing it because it's gonna look great, and I would never be finished by the time the X comes out anyway. So I'm gonna get like there's games like Resident Evil 7 that's gonna have a patch, 4K patch. I have that. I haven't played it yet, so I'm gonna hold back on that. I'm gonna get Shadow of War, but I'm probably not gonna play that till it comes out on the X as well. So. Definitely that's what I'm gonna hold off on.
That's a great point, Crap. There's all the games that are getting the 4K boosts. Then there's the games like that are going to be coming.
Assassin's Creed would be one too. Like I think that comes out at the end of October, so it's not really a long wait.
And don't listen to the developers at Bungie. They just can't say anything now because of contractual reasons with Sony. But I'm buying.
Developers.
Yes.
Developers.
Yes. It's so great. Perfect, Jay. Perfect.
You know what? I know that I might get some hate for this, but I fucking miss Ballmer, man. That guy was great.
We all
do. That guy was great, man. He was like, if you want a Microsoft product, you got to buy a fucking Microsoft product. You know what I mean? Like, and I love that about him, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, man.
But what I was saying about the developers is don't listen to them. 4K, full 4K and 4K assets are going to come to Destiny 2 on Xbox One. X. So don't listen to them. Well, we haven't really planned anything for that yet. Shut up. Just shut up. You're full of crap. It's ridiculous when people say stuff like that. You're like, were we born yesterday? Like you said yourself, crap. Even the Lawbreakers folks were like, they got their own Xbox One X dev kits, right?
Yeah,
so
they
and
do.
they're like, oh, this is great. Yeah, now it's great. Okay.
Yeah, well, of course.
You know why it's great?
Because they're gonna make the game. They're gonna put the game on there, and then
Exactly.
because they want to make as much money as possible.
But crap, the beta, the closed beta came out for that on PS4. Nobody played it.
Yeah.
Nobody played it.
I saw one or two people.
Yeah,
and then
one or
that was
two.
basically it. Yeah,
That was it. And it was the people that are always like, yay, Sony. They have like a Sony hat on all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, great. There's the two guys I knew would be in line.
Yeah.
But that's fine. My point is like, believe me, guys, Lawbreakers is coming to Xbox One faster than even Cliffy B thinks it's coming next month.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't doubt that it gets there within 5-6 months.
If that. Because unless there's something in writing that says there's a duration. If there's no duration, it'll be there in 3 months.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about how quick it is to port shit. It could be there quicker than that. Who knows? So
that's what I'm saying. It all comes down to if Sony had them say, okay, listen, we're going to give you some money, but 6 months you're with us, or same thing like soccer cars.
Yeah.
But the problem is unlike soccer cars, there's nothing novel or new at all about Lawbreakers.
I mean, playing soccer cars, you're playing soccer in your car. That's fun.
Yeah.
Lawbreakers is just like a arena shooter.
Well, there's no other game that's out right now this generation that you're in the car kicking the ball and doing the whole thing with the physics. This thing here is Overwatch 1/2. It's a half of an Overwatch. If you guys want to play Lawbreakers and you're like, damn it, I just can't get it on my Xbox One, just go buy Overwatch, guys, and you'll be way happier.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to spin some wheels.
Yes.
Which one do you want?
Spinning first.
Which one do you think, Jay or Mooch? Jay and Mooch.
Let's do the Patreon.
Okay, let's spin the Patreon.
You guys want to do?
first.
Okay, we're doing the big time giveaway first, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do
Patreon
that then. I will put our good friend Jay.
Now, what you guys will
spotlight.
notice is you can't see any names here, and we're still kind of looking into a better way to do this because there's so many names.
I did some research, and I wasn't finding anything that was quite as fun as this.
Yeah.
There were some ones that were like random name draws, and I thought they were just kind of boring. So we're going to stick with this until we find a better version. But I promise everybody that everybody's names are here. I put them in personally myself.
So
here
let's
we go
see.
for the big spin.
Is it a good spin?
It's about 30 seconds.
Oh, 30-second spin.
Here we go.
This spin is brought to you by Mooching Craps Patreon,
Yes.
where $1 and a dream can
Do
get
not
you.
do not get hypnotized by the Wheel of Wonder.
I'm already.
I am.
I'm looking at it and I'm seeing how great Mooch and Crap actually are. Wow.
Steel Mino's like rigged, no names.
Yeah, right. If it was rigged, folks, Mooch would win. Oh.
I the Jackal I.
I the Jackal I, yeah.
All right. Congratulations, I the Jackal I.
Yes. You won. Congratulations. You are the wiener. Or what is that, J-Dubs? It's a hot dog. We have a wiener.
I'm so glad you guys still use that line. What we got? Jackal, you get any game of your choice or Xbox Live, PS Plus, anything you want with that. It's a $60 value. Congratulations and thank you so much for your Patreon. We really appreciate it. Are we going right into the next wheel or?
Let's.
Yeah, we can.
All right. Well, here we are, folks. This is
I'm gonna give everyone a seizure.
I'm gonna give everybody a seizure. Thanks, J-Dubs, helping everybody one seizure at a time.
You're welcome. Okay, so
all right,
so this is.
And now these are for our voicemail call-ins, right, Jay?
Yes, and we did get through every one of them, so that's a good thing.
Crap, what's the giveaway for this?
We had our good buddy Patman Jones.
Yes, Patman
donated a couple of Assassin's Creed game codes.
Yes.
He gave so one person who called in for the pony. I don't know if we figured that out yet.
The pony should win.
We're gonna ask him to message me on Skype. I know who it is. It's one of the Michaels. I just don't remember which one.
Okay.
So just message me on Skype if you're still watching the show, and I will get you the code.
I think that I think, and I could be wrong, crap. I think that was it Black Flag and Unity,
He gave us
right?
Black Flag and Unity. Yeah,
I think Unity should go to the voicemail.
Okay, so we'll give Unity to the voicemail, and Black Flag will be for the pony winner. Which they're both good games, but Unity's really pretty and has really come together here at the end. So definitely. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Big J, please.
Woo!
Look at that wheel. Guys, this is 4K, okay?
Man,
this is real life.
Here we go. Who's going to win?
Who?
Win.
Who?
Win.
Who is that?
Mass Murder.
That Mass Murder. Nice.
Nice.
He's a first-time winner, I think.
Yeah, I
He's a
think so,
first-time
too.
winner, but he's called quite a few times, so
He
it's
has.
well deserved.
Yeah.
Very well deserved. Congratulations on Assassin's Creed Unity. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Congratulations to all the winners. And
special thanks to Patman Jones, too,
Yeah.
for the codes. Thank you, Patman.
Patman, you did a hell of a thing, man. And if anybody ever wants to donate, just hit us up. We live for those things, man. We give them back out.
Yep.
It's good for the community. If you got something that you don't want, hit us up on Twitter or whatever, or Xbox Live, and we'll be happy to take that code off your hand. Again, we do this Patreon raffle every month for $1 a month. You get entered, and you basically have a 1 in 70 shot of winning. And again, we just gave away another something else, so that's going to be awesome. We really appreciate everyone coming out here. Hopefully you guys all have a fantastic weekend. Hey, J-Dubs, can we roll out on the MNC theme song and then into the outro?
Of course we can.
I just kept Jay in presentation mode the whole time. I like to give Jay his time in the sun, too.
Yeah, and notice his IGN Ignorant Gaming News.
Yes,
I love
it's
it.
beautiful.
It's
It
funny,
is
some
a
of the
thing of
people in
beauty.
the chat were saying, "What's Jay wearing an IGN shirt for?" And I'm thinking, you guys have to look a little closer.
Yeah, it's really good, actually. Really good. Well, thank you, everybody. It's been a great MNC Mornings. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did, and we'll be back. Actually, what are we doing for next week? We should let the audience know.
No, we'll just keep. It'll be a surprise.
We keep it as a surprise. All right,
Yeah.
folks. It'll be a surprise then, one way or the other, for MNC Mornings next week.
Yes, enjoy. Have a great
Enjoy your
weekend.
Sunday. Enjoy your weekend.
Rack 'em up.
Mooch and crap. They talk about games and no drama smack. Search the web for media ties to catch these ponies in their lives. Look out! Here comes Mooch and Crab. Are they bots? Listen up. They have Mountain Dew in their blood. Neo Gas, Xbox Reds, Crap's got Tim Dog all over it. Hey there! Here comes Mooch and Crab. From a tweet of Phil, Xbox hate will arrive like the Scorpio. Mooch and Crab are just in time. Mooch and crap, zany gaming duel mooch and crap. YouTube game is their core. A thumb in is its reward to them. Xbox is one big hangout. Whenever there's a game out, you'll find Mooch and Crap.